the Asia Grand Finals summer of the season 2023. And this is CappingTV, obviously. So shout out to CappingTV. But on the side, as my caster, we have Mikcow.
Hello, hello, hello. It's good to be here. Glad to be here.
And then on the analysis, we have Time and Vytal.
Yo.
What's up, guys?
Alright. So you're saying, sorry, Mikcow?
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Of course, it's the grand finals. This is it. This is it for AsiaFortress Summer 2023. And we got some big names in here. I mean, both of these teams have worked really hard to get here. We have a potential 5 maps ahead of us. It might be a long one, but we'll see what happens. Let's quickly go through the brackets. So it will be Xiao versus Hong Hat Buff. And we start off with the upper bracket, where these teams actually played in the upper bracket final, and Xiao won that contest 2-0. So we'll see if there's any adjustments that have been made from Hong Hat Buff, but they definitely have their work cut out for them, that's for sure. And then of course Hong Hat Buff coming from that lower bracket, defeating the United Beasts 2 nights ago in 2 very, very close maps. So I don't know if that gives them more or less confidence going into this one, knowing that they can handle the pressure. But I guess time will tell, Freaky.
Exactly, time will tell. I'm going to pass it to our analysis to basically analyze what happened during those maps. So, Vital Time, take it away with that lower and upper bracket seeding type situation.
All right, Vital, would you like to go first? With
Sure.
Analysis? Yeah, go for it.
So I think interesting thing about Xiao is not only have they not lost a map this entire season, they have not, they've only lost 1 point. And the only team they've lost a point to is Hong Hat Buff. So they dropped 1 point on Product. And for the most of Product, when Hong Hat Buff was playing against Xiao, it was a relatively close map. We saw a lot of close fights, which was very rare when it comes to Xiao versus any team, really. And as for the lower bracket, we saw Hong Hat Buff taking a very, very close game against United Beast. Of course, United Beast, a team coached by TJ. So we could... no, sorry, it was the opposite. So Hong Hat Buff is... United Beast is a team coached by iFun. So iFun's team did beat out kind of a TJ coach team, which was Beef Boys. So we could see Hong Hat Buff employing some tactics against a similar team. But anyways, taking a look at the rosters, we have Rui on Scout, Harry on Scout, Banana, and Hezi on the Soldiers. We have TJ on Demoman again. So TJ, of course, very well-known name, doing so much on that Product game. Even on Process, I mean, he had 500 DPM on Process against Hong Hat Buff the last time they met on the upper bracket. And then we have Konma on Medic. So what do you think, Time?
Yeah, well, I think that Hong Hat Buff did prove a really good run versus Xiao in that Product game. And, sometimes you just gotta adjust a bit so that you can win. And I think that Product game was like a very, very close game. It was like still a roll, but, the times were really close. And I feel like if Hong Hat Buff was able to adjust accordingly to Xiao's playstyle, then they definitely could have taken that map from them. But it's really difficult to see. I feel like what Hong Hat Buff really has to work on is their control point maps like Process and the other popular ones like Snake Water, and maybe we might even be able to see Gully Wash. So I hope that Hong Hat Buff has come well prepared for Xiao. So if we look at Hong Hat Buff's roster, we have Zeist and Starling on Scouts, Hong and Sean on Soldier, Lego the Demo Man, the GOAT. He does not care. He's just gonna bomb in, kill 3. That's what he's been doing for the longest time, and it always works. And of course, we have Farn on Medic. So I feel like Hong Hat Buff definitely has a chance against Xiao, but they really have to how do I say this? Dig for the strats, because I feel like if they're not able to adjust as quick, then Xiao will just be taking it from them really quickly, because Xiao has, I've always heard that Xiao has been very dominant, but I did not know that they were that dominant. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm hoping that they're able to give us a really good fight. And yeah, that's my analysis. I feel like Hong Hat Puff can definitely take maps off of Xiao.
I think another thing to add is, the map that we see them making it a close game against Xiao. They took it very aggressively against Xiao. They used their individual prowess to kind of take some points and make Xiao sweat a lot. Make Xiao sweat buckets basically on product. And
Yeah.
the three people I would like to like kind of point out, and maybe just the whole team because they all played very well. But as we saw in the rosters there, we had Mr. Blurry Man, we had a blurry Sean, a blurry Hong, and a blurry Lego because these guys are moving so quick. They're jumping all over the place. They're always getting in. That's why the pictures are blurry because they're always in. And we might see these big plays coming out from Lego again, like we saw on product, always jumping in, getting those 3Ks. And that's kind of what Hong Hat Buff needs to close out this series against Xiao. It's going to be a really hard game. And but I believe, they're the underdogs, but, we're believers. The entirety of the lower bracket thus far has been pretty much underdog sweeps all the way. I mean,
Yep.
the only time that we've seen a team stop the underdogs was last game, United Beast versus Hong Hat Buff. They took it very close. United Beast was about to take it out, kind of under Hong Hat Buff's feet, but we saw Hong Hat Buff manage to close the game out. So, will they be able to take this game against Xiao? They took 1 point the last time. I'm feeling positive, but it's gonna be hard. We're gonna have to see a lot of adaptations coming out from the side of Hong Hat Buff, and we'll see how Xiao handles it.
Exactly. So we could be in a game for the millennia, we could say. But yeah, very keen to see, as you said, keen to see if they have adapted their maybe strats to counter some people. Even like as you said, the demo man bombing in. How's that counted? Probably combo scout question mark. Mid fights double combo scout, or you just W them. Either way, we'll find out during this. But yeah, thank you to our two analysis there, Vital and Time. But very keen to see this then. If they've taken a point off the Xiao team, then maybe they're in for a rude awakening. Who knows? But anyway, so we're looking at the maps here. Process, and what are the other maps again? Sorry.
So the other maps are not picked yet. So the way we
Oh,
do
the
things in
losers.
AsiaFortress is losers pick the map. So the first map, of course, picked by Xiao because they're they're the upper
Yeah.
seed. So Xiao picked Process. We've seen Process happen before. We saw what happened on Process previously. It was a 5-0 in less than 10 minutes, and TJ got 500 DPM. So will
The
it happen
GOAT.
again? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Casually.
Yeah,
I
Casually
mean,
defense
it's
timer.
TJ. It's TJ, guys. I can't say much about that. It's TJ.
he's unstoppable.
All
It's the
right.
TJ diff.
All right, process, and obviously let's do some predictions here. What is the second map that we're going to look at? I'm going to predict Snake Water.
Oh, we're predicting maps now. Oh, this is new.
This is
Yeah.
interesting.
Uh,
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it depends on how this goes, but you take things one map at a time. But yeah, they need to find some way to stop TJ. You can't be letting the enemy demo get 500 DPM for basically nothing. So
Yeah.
they need to apply some kind of pressure. Maybe if Hong and Sean can just jump around and maybe create some distractions. Lego as well, known to jump in and cause chaos. So they have a few tricks up their sleeves, I think, Hong Hat Buff, but it'll be quite difficult. But if that goes well, I see them pulling out a little bit of a wild card. I think Koth might also suit them a little bit better as well. Maybe a Koth product potentially, but I don't know. It's hard to say at this point, Ricky.
It's very hard. Usually, in Oz, we don't have this. All the maps are selected pre-game, but it looks like the maps are selected. Obviously, the losers selected, so it's a bit interesting. I actually quite like it to be. Excuse me. To be honest, it's pretty good. You never know what's going to happen, but yeah. My take is that if the demo man, 500 DPM, that's the man of the hour that you want to cancel out. It has to be like a long map type of situation, another 5 CP, I reckon, because if you go like Koth, especially product, he's just gonna win mid, and they're just gonna fort hold for the rest of 3 minutes. I feel like, but I'm gonna say again Snake Water, but I'm gonna throw to our analysis to try and make up some predictions here for the maps?
You know, I think you have some point there about the forward hold, because the last time we did see Xiao play against Hong Hat Buff, even though Hong Hat Buff managed to take a point, Hong Hat Buff did get stumped by Xiao's forward hold pretty badly for a couple of points, but they did manage to kind of play around that at some point. They did manage to kind of maneuver around Xiao's forward hold and eventually break past it and even cap a point out. So, you know, with that in mind, we might see a potential product game. But that being said, Xiao of course has their secret weapon in the Harrier Sniper. So Harrier Sniper is a big force to be reckoned with, of course, especially on product sniper map. So there is that. So it might be like a bait, right? They threw a map on purpose to give them some false sense of confidence
Ooh,
and then
that's
whip out Harrier Sniper in the grand
smart.
final. So we'll never know. But for all we know, it could happen. I think the smart play, of course, would be to play a more practiced 5CP map, of course, not giving TJ that kind of space that he needs to perform on the demo man. But of course, this is all, you know, it's really up to them. We kind of have to see what happens. You know, we'll never know. They might win process, and then Xiao's on the back foot, and they might have to pick second map. So not to count Hong Hat Buff out, of course, but it's going to be a tall order seeing how the last process game went, for sure. So Time, what do you think?
Wait, hold on. Let me reply to Foreign first. He said I'm handsome. Okay. So, you know, honestly, with what Zeist, what Zeist said in the AsiaFortress Twitter, he said that when they played against Xiao, it was really that's when he realized that the individual performance really matters. Sean was getting crazy triple kills. Starling goes in, meat shots everyone. Lego jumps in and like literally kills everybody in Xiao. So I feel like as long as Hong Hat Buff can keep up with Xiao, I feel like they'll be able to, take a map or maybe even grind some points. Because with what you said, right, product was super close, and I feel like just a little bit of tweaking, and Hong Hat Buff will be able to take some maps off Xiao. But yeah, I definitely won't count Xiao. I mean, sorry, I won't count Hong Hat Buff out. They definitely have the potential to take maps off Xiao, and I'm really hoping for a good game. I'm not hoping for a roll, because it's this is the grand finals, and I'm sure that both teams are both gonna try their best to win. So yeah, that's my prediction and my analysis.
All right. All right. Good analysis. Holy crap. It looks like the game is going to start here. And everybody's on their respective classes. They got 100 points per game. Shout out. But it looks like the game is starting. I'm going to reload my HUD. All right. The first mid of the grand finals, AsiaFortress Summer 2023. Who was first to mid? And it looks like TJ by miles. Lego, both demos respective fields. Has he taken that early high ground here? It looks like Lego just capturing the point a little bit, but blue team is going to go around the right side near the death corner here. It's a mirror mid, ladies and gentlemen. And everybody's spamming in. Everybody's faking out. Looks like a solid bomb countering each other. Hezi goes down the first. 2 down from red here. No solis from red. And it looks like it is a GTFO from the red team here. Blue team's going to cap. And they're going to...
Yeah, I like the idea. I like the idea there from Hong Hat Buff, just to take things nice and steady, make sure you don't lose players unnecessarily, let Xiao jump their soldiers into you, and then just use the 2-player advantage to try and take mid. They do lose a scout late in the fight, but he has the opportunity to try and do something. Looks like Hong going in as well, actually able to pick up a kill on one of the scouts as well. So that's going to stun any kind of counter aggression that Xiao were hoping for. And I mean, this is the best possible start really for that Hong should have, that they could have been hoping for really.
Exactly. It looks like one solid down from each here. Starling on the case does get nothing. 2 down from the Hong Hat Buff here. It looks like Xiao's going to push mid here through choke here. Looks like Roamers and Sewer trying to make space on the height. Everybody's crunching down. Blue uses their Uber here. Hong Hat Buff uses it in. Better Uber for red team in choke. Post Uber for blue team is going to be on the point. Can they catch it? They catch Zeus. But can they catch the medic? The blue medic is out. Great positioning from him. And it's a mid fight 1 to Hong. Insane surf by the red medic on Xiao onto mid. Looks like they're going to take second here. Sean's early information. And it looks like Arkan just making space. Hong Hat Buff playing safe in door 1. Lego does get caught in door 1. And it's a demo diss from the defense team. TJ wants to take it in. Good early damage here, but the red combo scout gets caught in. So does the demo. Good, red medic is safely out. However, there is no demo scout, combo scout, or pocket solly from the defense team, and Hong Hat Buff is going to capture second with this bomb in through.
Yeah, looks like Hong Hat Buff need to be careful here. Lego trying to do one of his patented sticky jumps, leading the charge out of last, almost getting caught out. And now it's going to be an even Ubers fight, but Hong is down a soldier at the moment, and it is in fact Hong himself who is just on the respawn queue. Looks like Hezi trying to come in and get some damage, can't quite find the kills that he was looking for, and it's going to be 2 down now for Xiao, and they're just going to have to hightail it back to middle. And this is going to give Hong Hat Buff an opportunity to push in. Hong getting through IT now as well. They're trying to take this right-hand side. They have to be wary of the traps. They find 1 kill on Hero. That's no scouts at the moment for Xiao, and that could lead to a force, and it has. Konma has to use his Uber, and it looks like that the other medic of Fan isn't going to really be pressured at all. Holding onto that Uber, looks like they're slowly but surely getting the picks that they need. They eventually get forced on the point, but look at that. Xiao are just all the way out. They're going to pick up Hezi on Soldier, but yeah, that's overall a 1 fight for Hong Hat Buff.
Yeah, exactly. Hezi is a very late death in that team fight. They are going to stack it for the default spawns here, but blue gets forwards. And it looks like the Hong Hat Buff want to push a choke here, but it is 30% disad. They need to get some sort of kill here to push in, or they need to kill one of the attackers here just to stay in. It looks like 2 are down here. They're going to commit here. Hong Hat Buff. Exactly. They're going to commit here, and the Xiao medic is out door 1 with everything that he can. Demo is down for the Xiao.
Hong Hat Buff need to remember, Freaky, that since Fan used so much later than Konma, like he's gonna have quite a bit of a disadvantage, and I wouldn't put it past TJ to really use any kind of advantage as possible. But it looks like they're just gonna opt to hold last, and we see already Harrier on that sniper class trying to find an opening at the moment from door 5.
Exactly. Blue medic can be seen by the sniper. You can shoot his feet from door 5 if you crouch, so I'm keen to see that in action. If he does crash, the medic is taking a bit of a beating. The blue medic on that buff, and the sniper is at door 5. That could have been an opportunity. It could have been really scary for the Hong Hat Buff defending team. It looks like it's just combo. The blue combo is picking door 1 here, trying to get some sort of catch someone out near door 1. It's just a stalemate currently, per usual in 6s. But they're either going to push through door 2. It looks like double solly sack door 2. They're just pushing it here, but they are going to get cancelled.
Damage onto Hez. They can't quite find the soldier pick. Sean is able to survive though. It's just Hong going down. Maybe we see a potential counter sniper or perhaps a spy. But I think both these teams opting to try and take a pretty solid. And that's a great rocket there to get one of the scouts from Hong Hat Buff, but it gets quite messy quite quickly. Ru going in as well. It's a 2-for-2 trade, and we haven't really gotten Harrier any kind of shots, and Harrier's actually gone back to that scout class. So wasn't quite feeling it on sniper, but it looks like Hong Hat Buff, they're trying to take some space in door 1, trying to get Hong in once again. He gets sent up into the skybox, can't quite find the rockets onto the red medic. And that's going to be 2 down once again for Hong Hat Buff. And that's going to be the push out from Xiao now, Freaky.
Exactly, it looks like they want to catch all the players out in second. It's just Demo and Medic. Is Medic going to get forced? He does. The Hong Hat Buff Medic gets forced. Lego doing his famous jump, trying to kill the Medic, doesn't get it. The blue Solly Hong trying to get a mark gun, doesn't get it. But the red Medic surviving, having full Uber ad for this mid push. We could see a dry fight here because there is only this combo scout. Actually, I correct myself. The combo and the flank scout just arriving at the mid fight, but again, as I correct myself yet again, it is a mid fight 1, giving up the point there. But yet, red team still has full Uber ad.
We'll see how Hong decide to deal with this. Looks like they're sending Hong straight into the corner. Can't quite find anything. Get decent damage onto TJ and others, but it is going to slow them down a little bit. And it actually might have slowed them down enough as Farn is just about coming up on his own Uber. So they lose 3 points, but they do have Uber to hold their own last.
Exactly. Xiao uses the Uber door 3, and just in the nick of time, blue Hong Hat buff just uses an embedded Uber. And it looks like Sean trying to cut them off. Door 2 is found, is out, but Hong dies as well as Lego. So no demo, no Sully for last. Only Ru going down for Xiao, and it looks like the red Sully in for a sack onto the medic. And the blue Hong Hat medic survives 30 HP, resupping here, but red team's going to fight this when people are resupping. Insane coordination there and timing.
Yeah, Xiao just knew they had the opening because Lego unfortunately was dropped in that Uber exchange, so no demo to set up sticky traps either forward or on the point, and then picking up the soldier in the post as well. There isn't really much pressure on doorways that you can do as just the scouts, and having one soldier, you can't watch all 5 doorways at once. And Xiao recognizing this and just picking one of the door together, pushing it together, getting the pressure on the medic, and that was an easy round for Xiao. 1-0.
Exactly, 1-0 to Xiao. Another mirror mid, same positioning as last mid, spamming. It looks like Sully's doesn't commit here. It's a fade bomb from all of the Sullys there. However, Hezi bombing Sean. Can we see an air shot anytime? Hezi, Sean dies, Zeiss goes down. However, red Sully, Roma on the medic. Medic is 1 HP. TJ on the case, can he get him? The scouts are in choke. The medic could be in danger here. Double scouting, the med is in danger. He is dodging. Ooh, just dies. Full ad for red team for a push here. Mid-fight won by Xiao.
It was a good attempt there from Lego, getting 2 clean pipes off to kill the soldiers that were on his medic. But unfortunately just wasn't quite enough. The 2 scouts of Ru and Harrier just too scary when they're just with Conma and just leeching off each other. It is going to be a full disadvantage on that sniper class, trying to find at least some angle. He's currently sitting in door 2 trying to get a pick if he can, but it looks like he's not going to get anything because they're Ubering just straight through corridor. They're going to pick up Sean. They might try and find Honk as well. Honk's quite weak, manages to get back to resup, so they're only going to find the 1 soldier of Sean, get the 2nd point, and they probably would have been hoping for a little bit more with that Uber advantage, Freaky.
Exactly. I'm going to predict they wanted at least a total wipe there, but it looks like yet again, Sully is still behind, picking up Icarus, so he does get his 1, but he perishes, so it's 1 for 1. Even players here, and it looks like Xiao's out of lobby, out of duel 5 here, just playing, getting out, building it, and it's going to be Uber Red for the Hong Hat buff. Let's see what they do here. Looks like they're going to push out from lower lobby using blue medic.
He's trapped himself off. 1 nice pipe onto Harrier, sends him down very, very weak. They are still pushing without a soldier, so they have to be careful. Here comes the soldier aggression from Xiao. They managed to get Zeiss in that. They clean up both soldiers, but look at Harrier. He's got the backup. He's running for it. He's running to last. Do they know? Is he going to get it in time? Is this Red Scout going to clutch it for his team? He is going to get it. Sean just didn't quite spawn in time, and that's going to be 2-0 now to Xiao. Lots of things to be happy about, but once again, just when it comes down to the little coordination things, they seem to be lacking just a little bit compared to Xiao. But the mids have been good so far. Let's see if they can keep that trend going.
Right, again, TJ at least guaranteed 5 seconds faster than the other demo. It looks like to be yet again another mirror mid, ladies and gentlemen. The same thing we've seen through Hezi, fast bombing into IT here. We could see something. Both Solis are in, fast bombing on the medic, doesn't get the air shot. Xiao medic survives, however, the blue team medic does perish. It's just 2 scouts, Zeiss. Ooh, Starling goes down, Zeiss is pistoled by Ru in their sewer, in blue team sewer.
It looks like Xiao have figured out how Hong Hat buff like to play their mids. They sent the soldier immediately into their own IT, and that sort of pressured a Hong Hat buff to try and push down that right-hand side. And unfortunately, with Lego taking as much damage as he did early in the mid, they just got crushed by the double soldier and bombs, as well as the TJ's explosives.
Exactly. It's going to be 80% Uber additional for Xiao here. soldier, I was trying to make some damage, just getting information. Looks like Xiao's using a dual one here, combo scout and demo combo. Does pick up Lego, early pick into the sentry gun goes down. Zai still in the sniper, switches off shortly. Good cap time here from the flank scout, and it's 3-0. Wow.
Yeah, I think Hong need to try something a little bit different on these mids now. The previous two have been absolutely disastrous, unfortunately. So maybe some early aggression is what's needed, because they're letting Xiao just take a lot of space for free. Firstly, TJ getting a lot of early pressure as he's expected to, but it looks like they're trying to go a little bit faster at least. But we'll see exactly what happens.
Looks like the same mid previously. Hezi in their low RT pressuring them into death corner here. It looks like a Sully's committed onto their low pick. Rukus, one pick for the Hong Hat buff here. Oh, it's even players. Oh, additional players. No Sully for Xiao here. No demo for Hong Hat buff. Ru goes down. It's only demo, med, and scout. Zayas perishes to the combo scout. However, Sean picks up the medic and picks up the demo. That is a mid-fight one. Congratulations, Sean.
They just need to clean up this one. Scout Harrier doing well to survive, just causing chaos. Is actually going to get the pack in the enemy sewer, so it's going to still be behind. Maybe try and get a cheeky kill on one of the players rolling out, but it gets cleaned up by the entire Hong Hat buff team. And unfortunately, that just delays his spawn. A great bomb from Sean on that middle to really just secure that combo medic pick, and that is exactly what they needed. And they're going to try and take the second point without using the Uber, but it looks like two soldiers of Banana and Sean are not going to make, Banana and Hez, mind you, are not going to make that easy. Hong already going down before they've even really taken a lot of ground. And it looks like they're just getting picked off one by one, even though they have the Uber advantage. They've lost both soldiers, and now they're sort of caught with a Hezi behind them doing a lot of damage, and it's an Uber through Dawn 1 at the moment.
Yeah, blue medic just getting the whole team is just getting damage, afraid of dropping everyone there. Using it to save everyone, trying to catch out the medic going to the red medic, that is Xiao medic going to spawn. Doesn't catch him out, so it is going to be fully grad for Xiao.
They did manage to get 3 kills in that Uber, so it isn't a complete disaster. But having the engine, look at this cheeky edge bug from Hong up at the top of door 2, but they looks like they haven't quite spotted it yet. Hong's biding his time. He goes in now, but unfortunately just a little bit too late. Gets one nice rocket on the corner, but unfortunately that's all he's able to get.
Exactly, Xiao winning the second point here, and Ubers are somewhat going to even up. 20 ad for now. It's going to be 10. They use it in just in the nick of time. Xiao, they're Uber trading in lower IT into Xiao's lower IT. Demo post Uber on point for Long at buff. Starling goes down, Arukus goes down, Show Meat, the blue medic goes down, Ru goes down. It's only a demo and med for Xiao. Harrier on the flank, does get piped by Lego. However, it's just Arnold on the side. 1v1ing a scout, does perish. Zeiss on 7k.
Yeah, it looked initially that the post-Uber positioning, the post-Uber collapse from Xiao was the better one. But unfortunately, they got a little bit too eager once they had gotten the farm pick, and unfortunately, they're going to end up losing their own medic as well. Things are going to be even down, but 14 minutes before the banny config comes into effect, Hong Buff still have some time to work some things out, but they have to try and get a pushable advantage on this last point first.
Exactly. Both teams trying to build it, trying to gain additional on each other, but it is just going to be straight evens on the Ubers. Love to see what happens here. Love to see if they double sack, maybe a single sack. One goes from door 5, door 1. But there is a sentry on defense here from Xiao, and it's on the point. So I'd love to see how if they even get information first to destroy that first, or just straight up sack in.
Banana was doing a great job at watching the lobby presence from door 5 and making sure that the rest of his team has a lot of knowledge as to where Hong Buff are trying to push from. And that gun is going to be a lot to deal with, and that's not exactly how you want to start things. Lego going down, as well as Hong going down to the stickies of TJ. They will trade one, but it's a 1-for-1 trade now. As suddenly Hong find themselves 3 down, make that 4 down. As it looks like Faz just used Uber and he's frantically trying to find his scout, but unfortunately a little bit of a miscom there. Both going different doorways, and you can see there that Rua just really just 2 shots. 2 shots that poor demo man in the middle of choke who was just trying to help out his medic.
Exactly, it's going to be a mid fight here. The Hong Hat buff has to force the medic here. Reminder, the medic has full Uber right here, and they don't. The mid one by Xiao, they're going to push it to second tier. Traps are being built by Hong Hat buff on the lowers and just on the ramp to second. In front of Al-Qaeda, Xiao using the Uber and Al-Qaeda, demo trapping up door 1, and everybody out from Hong Hat buff at to last. Great job, knowing down there. Starling on the sniper.
Yeah, Starling on sniper, just trying to get some early pressure. Seems to have worked with the early pop from Xiao. Lego getting really lucky to not get caught out there to the Soldier's rockets, living on 13 HP. But this does give Hong Hat buff a little bit of an advantage, about 50% or so, to try and push out of their own last. As long as they clear the doors and are decisive about it, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. They need to spot these TJ traps, which they have done, and they are trying to avoid the spam. Unfortunately, Zeus goes a little bit earlier than his medic would have liked, and but they use the Uber anyway. They find 1 kill onto Banana, but that's unfortunately all they're going to get. Well, that and besides the point. So they will have 1 player advantage if they want to try and pressure middle, but it looks like they're just content with the leapfrog scenario.
Exactly. Taking space and Al-Qaeda Xiao is... It looks like they're going to sack in from Hong Hat buff.
Oh, look at Hong!
Getting the Hong. What a bomb. Forcing Xiao. They're going to take it lobby. While the flank scout caps, they're taking it door number 3 and 4, sorry. Just spamming out, getting some damage here. Hezi goes down here. Both solis down from each team. How is Hong Hat buff going to respond?
I think they'll try something similar. It looks like they're rotating towards door 1 this time. They need to make sure they get this Uber. There's no one doing the funny, and it looks like immediately Banana just jumps on door 1, dies immediately, but does get that 1 crucial rocket to 4. And there's another backup attempt. Has anyone stopped? Sean taking the 1v1. Harrier wins that one, but buys just enough time for the rest of the team to get back. But that does mean that their Uber advantage push out of their last has been completely nullified by a single scout yet again, and there's so much cap time while Conma is already at 90% Uber freaky. Things are not looking great right now if you're a Hong Hat buff fan.
I would not bet against the dealer in this situation. Xiao's in door 4, uses the Uber here, uses the Uber at demo, bombs door 3, medics in heaven alone. Sean goes down, the blue medic goes down, Arukas, the Soli goes down. It's just a Soli trying to clean up here. Hong Hat buff trying to do something with the little things that they can, but through the flank scout capping the point, making it 4-0.
Yeah, 1 more round for Xiao to complete the sweep. A little bit of a slower time than what we saw last week, so credit to Hong having the appropriate adjustments to not get completely decimated, but once again, looks like Xiao were just playing a little bit better than them at the moment, and particularly Lego seems to be struggling to try and stay alive and stay healthy while still being as impactful with the damage Riki.
Exactly. It looks like Zeus on the early aggression on the demo, and Aruka's committing on the bomb onto the combo here is dealt with. Lego goes down, no demo for this mid, but no solis for the red team here, Xiao. And it looks like blue team has better coordination and better positioning here. Sean picking up a couple there, Harrier and TJ. There's also no scouts, no demo. It's just a scout and medic for Xiao, and they're straight to last. Outdoor 5 there, lobby. Show me, want to take it. Zeus is begging it to go door 2 here. Hezi goes down, and Sean on the bomber to the medic onto last. 1 HP. Doesn't get him. Sean perishes. Good job by the Xiao medic there, dodging. And I feel like they're going to just go back and try to get plays and use it in.
I can't exactly do that. It's a 5v5 at the moment. Both teams just getting a soldier spawning right at the moment. They still, with the infinite round timers, or the infinite map time, sorry, they do have time to try and figure something out and muscle a comeback. Harrier once again on that sniper, and you can see he's rotating towards door 5 yet again, just applying a lot of pressure for the cross. I haven't quite seen him yet at the moment. And it's unclear exactly what Hong Buff's plan is. Looks like Hong himself is trying to get in, gets one good rocket onto the sniper, and the other soldier's gone in. Excuse me, that's a scout, the scout of Starling, getting some nice shots onto a Hezi and TJ, but unfortunately unable to convert any of those frags. So suddenly they find themselves 2 players down, but they do find the counter 2 players. Unfortunately, though, Sean trading out his life for that exchange.
Exactly, it looks like both solis down from the Xiao defending team. Hong Buff just uses the Uber, goes through lobby here. The post Uber's in lobby, doesn't use anything with that Uber. It looks like a fat finger, but Xiao does not force to the Aisho Meat and Zeus, the combo scout and the medic. Xiao's in their lobby, trying to recuperate here. Sean's trying to bomb it a bit early. Good positioning and play by him, but unfortunately does get counted. And Hong Buff out to mid. Lego trying to trap it off in case of fast bombers. And it is going to be a full ad yet again to mid.
Oh, a big shot ringing out from Zeus onto Ru. So sniper of East Scout. Looks like Banana might get caught out as well. 26 health, is able to just about survive. Looks like Hong is trying to go in on the counter sack, but the IT push is coming in. They're doing the ring around the Rosie at the moment. The Xiao combo has popped in through middle. They're going to easily clean up the sniper, but Hong is actually still causing chaos behind. In fact, it's his entire combo causing chaos behind. They managed to get the cap, and it's just the one player trying to defend last. Starling and his medic going all the way to last to try and secure the first round, and that is the first round on the board for Hong Buff, making it 4-1 with 6 minutes left to go before the Fanny config comes into effect.
Yeah, insane. I don't know if you saw that, but Hong airshotted the Sully, denying him the point pressure from that second buff because Xiao just went lower IT, thinking that they can catch out this sniper in front of the mid there.
Well, another mid fight. Looks like, yet again, TJ taking so much early ground for his team, and it looks like this time it's going to be Banana towards that IT. But here come the double soldier bombs. They pick up the scout, they pick up the demo, they pick up the medic as well, and it's just chaos on that lowest part of the mid. That's exactly why you need to have that space, and that's why personally I don't like going down that right hand side because, well, you just become just minced up from all of the explosives. Like you just saw there. So things not looking great for Hong Buff after securing that one round. We are getting the sentry gun up. Lots of traps onto the point. But with the Uber just moments away, Freaky, they're going to need a miracle to try and keep this map going.
Exactly. Death Corner did not get that nickname for a nice reason. Xiao uses it, door 1, Hong forces them, Sean doesn't get caught out, the level 2 sentry is destroyed immediately like a Thanos snap. Sean's bombing the point, quarter cap time for Xiao, Starling on the case, does get 2 shot by the Xiao combo, and it's 5-1 first map to Xiao.
Yep, I mean they got that one round in the mids at the start of the map, looked a little bit better, but then just the amount of space that TJ was able to take so early on in the mid, while Lego was unfortunately eating quite a bit of damage and couldn't quite be as aggressive and deny that space. It was all over before it started, unfortunately, on those mids. And once again, a fantastic performance from Xiao to take that first map. Now I'm curious to see what our second map is going to be, but I'm more curious to hear what our analysts have to say about that map. Time, Beetle, take it away.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. I mean, it was a crazy map. Like, I think personally, like I said it before in the previous game, you know, when Hong Buff did lose to Xiao originally on process, is maybe don't focus on process, right? Because if the loser picks the map and you know Xiao is going to pick process, then well, you can kind of just give process up and focus on the other maps. But what we saw today was, you know, Hong Buff putting up a decent fight against Xiao, taking it 1 point away from them on a process and not getting rolled, right? Like this was a pretty long game. We saw more than signs of life. We saw signs of competition. from the side of Honghat Buff. So definitely very, very well played to them in that aspect. And more importantly, now that it is Honghat Buff's map pick, I'm very interested to see how they perform on their map pick, right? Because it almost feels like to them, Process was a write-off. You know, we'll try our best, but we won't focus too much on Process. We'll focus on the later map because this, at the end of it, this is a best of 5. You have to win 3 maps anyways. So they're not really too much at too much of a disadvantage losing 1 map. So them, you know, putting up a decent fight on Process was honestly very, very surprising. I'm very interested to see what they pick, but I'll let Time, you know, talk about the game and the logs here.
Yeah, thanks, Vytal. You know, it was really close. I feel like Honghat Buff was able to get Xiao to their last maybe 2-3 times, and unfortunately they were just not able to close it out. So I was on the edge of my seat really, and I was kind of like hoping that they would cap points, but like I guess it just boils down to experience how Xiao was able to manage their Ubers or like, you know, sack and all that. But they Honghat Buff was able to, you know, get a point off with that astronaut classic sack from iPhone Strat book. But yeah, I think that this was a huge I think this was a huge win for Honghat Buff, even though they lost. Like they got Xiao to defend their last for like maybe 2 or 3 times, and if you converted it into like into points, right, they could have had maybe three rounds on the board, or maybe even 4. But yeah, Xiao just showing they're really dominant and that they have the experience to boot. So yeah, I feel like I'm also excited for the second map. I'm excited to see whether it's gonna be a Koth map like Product, because you know they've had experience with that.
You know what got picked?
Product? Yeah.
We got Products.
Oh, Product got picked. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I guess we're gonna see another rerun of the Product map, and perhaps, who knows, maybe Honghat Buff has
I have
gotten
confidence.
better.
Yeah,
So
like
yeah,
seeing that Process game, you know, if they got rolled Process the last time in under 10 minutes and they got 1 map this time and they had a 30-minute game, then by definition they should roll this Product game.
yeah.
I'm starting to believe, because Honghat Buff, you know, the first time they played each other, it almost felt like Honghat Buff kind of lacked confidence. It felt like they didn't think they could beat Xiao out, because of course Xiao is very dominant team. They don't really lose at all, really. But you know, coming to this series, they feel like rivals. They feel like equals almost, and that's like a refreshing thing to see. Because I think, you know, we talked about it the last few times when Honghat Buff played, is they need to play with confidence. We want to see more confidence coming from them because they've made it this far. They deserve to be here, so play like they deserve to be here, right?
Yep.
So for sure, you know, much more interesting map this time coming up from Honghat Buff. Product, you know, we can see the snipers, the off classes, the spies.
Maybe a
you
heavy
know,
to mid.
Yeah, you never know. I mean,
The
you know, we could see a lot here, but you know, we could also see you know, a big show up coming up from Harry on sniper, TJ, you know, putting more you know, damage down on Demo Man. So it's hard to say what will really happen on Product. Of course, it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's Honghat Buff favored because Xiao did win, but
yeah,
given how much Honghat Buff has improved in this short time span of a week, I mean, I think there's there's some leeway to guess that they could probably steal Product from Xiao's hands here.
Yeah, definitely not counting out Honghat Buff. There was a lot of signs of life in that process map, and I feel like if they did fix their errors last time, and like what you said, they can now play with confidence. We see Zeist and the other Honghat Buff players really stepping it up and proving that they deserve to be in this grand final. So I'm really excited for this second map. I really, really, really wish there's gonna be some off classes, some sniper action, spy.
Oh, I
Maybe
think we'll
heavy.
see it. I think we'll see
So
it
I'm excited to see that.
for sure.
Yes. So keen for the off-classes. Product is notorious for being the off-class king map. So yeah, keen to see either Harrier, Sniper, or Zeus? Question mark.
Hey, why not both? Really? Why not both?
Why not both? Exactly, a little bit of a Prolander, Highlander type of situation, but Yeah, hopefully, honestly, to be honest, my opinion, I'm very keen to see if they do run heavy to mid or even mini sentry engineer on product. That's what I'm saying. But looks like the
They need to
combo
find
is
an answer for TJ though. They need to find an answer for TJ. Going 30 and 8 with almost 400 damage a minute. Lego's really having a tough time dealing with TJ. So either maybe some positioning adjustments need to happen, or perhaps the team just needs to get a little bit more early pressure on the TJ if they can with some spam rockets or something, as opposed to just like what we saw them just taking height almost immediately. Yeah, TJ is the one that the whole thing flows through. Like the whole Xiao offense and defense seems to flow through TJ at the moment. So if they're able to find some answer for it and at least get him, get him trading his life a little bit more, or at least trading the damage quite convincingly, then I think that Honghai Buff definitely have a good shot. But enough rambling on, Freaky. It's time.
all right.
Good luck,
It's
boys.
time. It is time. Product. It looks like there's no off classes for this first mid. Gonna test the waters with this first mid. And it looks like TJ taking a really aggressive, wants to actually. Good aggression here from Xiao here. And it looks like everybody on the Hong Hat buff is just a bit passive, but it looks like it's a bomb onto the scout that's overcommitting, but Lego is answered by Hezi, also bombing it, but he does perish though. 3 down. No solis for Xiao. And it looks like double soli aggressing on TJ, still in pocket, getting absolute godsend arrows from his medic. But blue Hong Hat buff captures the first point.
Yeah, some big players from farm there surviving the triple sack. The only player going down in that was Lego, and that does give Hongapov the early lead in this first round of the second map. Some great spam as well onto TJ, really making him work for it. Hezi is trying to go behind, try and cause some chaos, but the Uber eventually has to be forced out from Hongapov. They do pick up both soldiers, but unfortunately they aren't going to be able to force Konma at all. And actually, as I say that, Sean goes for an amazing bomb, able to get one nice direct rocket to Konma's head, and that is going to force it. But unfortunately, Lego goes down once again. It looks like the woes for the Blue Demo Man do continue coming from process into product.
Exactly. And look, are we going to see a foothold? Oh, I don't think we are going to see a foothold. TJ goes down very late or early in a team fight. But yeah, as you said, amazing bomb by Sean there. Also getting the force and the air shot onto the medic. But Lego taking that early aggression in Dogbread. They're going to... Zeiss wants to edge it on the left point, but Blue has almost 15% Uber out here. I'd love to see some more spam from the Blue Solis here. Zeus gets punished for staying on the point too long. Lego stays in Dogbread. Hazi going behind. Picks up Lego, but Harrier also perishes here. And Starling doing his best, doing 120 on the demo. Perishes for it though. Full kill streak for Mr. Ru. And it looks like the Xiao team still has the point, and it's going to be even times just now. However, Zeiss also...
Unfortunately, Honghat buffs seem to be staggering their spawns. They keep jumping in one by one. Well, fortunately, Hong lives that latest aggression attempt. They're just trying to get some forward pressure, but unfortunately... Oh, the marker gun, the meme spoon! That is a +2 in the chat. Konma drops to the shovel. And that is going to immediately, the Van uses his own Uber, but unfortunately, a terrible post-Uber position. He's going to get picked up from some nice rockets from Banana. And it's a 1v1 happening on point. Looks like Starling is going to win that one out. But what looks like what was such a good play from Sean immediately just turns not into disaster. They do get the point, but it could have been so much better for Honghat buff.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my lord, that Mark Gardner was jaw-dropping. But it looks like just another regular team fight on product here. Sean, the pocket solly on Pride, just spamming out the combo. Both combo in pocket / behind the rock area. And it looks like some early pressure capped on here by the scout here. And it looks like Aruka's trying to get some early bombs here. Does get Lego with the assist of Hezi, but both perish. 3/4 cap for Xiao here. It is going to be a full cap. Hong is both solis on... I have buff solis both on grass, waiting for a pack. Double combo scout on this portion of the map.
There we go, gets a nice pick on the Hong as well. Lego just can't catch a break, can he? He's died almost immediately in every single major team fight. There's both medics coming up on their Uber now. Zaya's going down quite early. Sean getting really weak as well. Is going to crater as well. Starling getting caught now. Hong getting a 2-for-1 special. Gets both Ru and Hezi, but unfortunately for Hong Hatbuff, they're still down players in this exchange, and with only 40 seconds left on the clock, they are just going to have to opt to go for the Uber exchange.
Exactly. Hong Hatbuff uses it really early post-Uber in pocket, but Xiao has that better Uber. Zeus goes down. One down for Zeus. Another scout. That's very crucial on product, where you can just edge the cap and leave the combo scout to frag. But Lego dies really aggressively into Dogbrad. Sterling into the air gets a body shot, but also the medic perishes on the Hong Hatbuff. 2 up here, Zeus and Sean. Sean gets air shot. Insane air shot by by Ru. Some sort of soldier there. Didn't quite get it look, but Zeus goes down, and it is going to be a round 1 by Xiao.
Yeah, Hezi there with that nice rocket you were talking about, and Ru just cleaning up that one. They need to change something. Hong Hatbuff have lost Lego in every single major team fight almost immediately. Lego's always the first one dying. They need to do something if they want to have any shot at taking down the beast that is Xiao. We'll see if they make any kind of adjustments. And it looks like they sort of are, but I don't know if it's going to be the right ones. Unfortunately, they do lose their medic. They get a couple of kills for it. Now the counter aggression, but with both Harrier and Ru, you aren't touching Conma. No chance.
Yeah, there's no chance there. That early bomb from the Xiao Solis, and then the flank scout cleaning up on the Ice Show meet. The Hong Hatbuff medic, just instant Uber out, and then the instant chaos afterwards trying to get the Xiao medic. Rather than just kill binding and all spawning at the same time.
So massive Uber advantage for Conma and Xiao. Looks like Hong Hatbuff are getting ready for the sack wave, and in goes, here it comes, leading up first off with Sean, going a little bit early. They're getting a lot of damage on to Harrier, but Harrier, unfortunately, fortunately for him, is getting a lot of kills. Hezi living on 2 health as well, and no force, crucially. So it looks like, at least at the moment, Xiao are going to be setting up a forward hold, the dreaded Xiao forward hold. We saw that Hong Hatbuff learned how to break this last week. We'll see if they're going to have some earlier success in this map, Freaky.
Exactly. I'm not seeing any off classes here. As you said before, they got to change something. Hong Hatbuff needs to change their playstyle. I show meet the Hong Hatbuff combo, forcing the other medic and GTFOing. Looks like Hong Hatbuff post in pocket relative to Xiao here. Hong goes down, Harrier goes down. So no Sully, no scout. I want to see some cap time here from the scouts. Sean's in for the bomb onto Cliff. Arukas and Ru getting Sean there, cleaning up. Lego wants to take this 1v1 on the demo. Insane arrow from the Xiao medic saves his demo. Ezzy and Ru perishes. However, it's still Sterling on, chaosing on the point, 40 HP, and Xiao is out. Hong longing for that marker Gardener kill. Lego is perished by Harrier. No, Harrier, sorry.
Oh, there's so much damage though. So much damage from the players that are left alive from Hong Hatbuff, but unfortunately, Conma's just about going to get out. They killed everyone else except the red medic, which is probably the only kill that they were really after in the first place. But they do get some cap time, and that timer is slowly starting to tick down for them. But yeah, as soon as they lose one player, they lose 2, they lose 3, and then suddenly it's salvage mode. And once again, Hong going down incredibly low. And Sean going to get picked up. Starling as well going to pick up. Hong might go down as well on the flank. And that's what I mean. They're 3 down already. And even though they might be at Uber Dissat, they only got about 30-40 damage onto the enemy medic. So unfortunately for them, it's not exactly what they would have hoped for. And once again, minute Dissat on the timers.
Alright, let's see how Hong Hatbuff responds. Trying to take this point. Minute left. Lego, the famous bomber, goes onto Pride, backs off of the arrow. Sean trying to get some early damage from Pride. However, Hong's in, committing onto the flank, is going to 3v1 and perish. But it looks like Zeus. Oh, Sean's in, fade bombing into concrete, trying to cover the flank here. Rukus goes down. However, the flank scout is on the medic, forcing him, dropping Zeus, and it's just a Lego and Sean Uber here. Post Uber on Rock here. And no capture time yet. 35 seconds left for Xiao to win this round. Lego goes down. No demo for this fight. Hong on the marker gunner. Doesn't get it. Insane holding by the Xiao medic. Holy. Starling Zeus on Rock. Ashami drops on Cliff. Sean on Concrete. Trying to get some early damage onto the medic. Trying to force him still. It is still full Uberhead. Above, Sean's in. Does force the Xiao medic on Dogbread, but the blue medic perishes. So does Sean and Starling. Harrier perishing. No demo. Lego goes down. Arukus goes down. Overtime. Hong goes down. And that is another round won by Xiao.
Yeah, it looks like the Xiao combo is just so much tighter than the Hong Hat Buff combo. And you can really tell with how, how easily the Xiao soldiers are getting onto Fan and hitting with 2-3 rockets to secure that frag, and conversely how difficult it is for both Sean and Hong to do the same thing. So they are trying things, but nothing just seems to be working at the moment. Maybe a sniper could change the mix. They haven't opted to do it so far, but I think that might be next on their list now, Freaky.
Exactly. Hez is in behind them. Fan is going to get pressured by the two scouts here. Is going to live barely. Aruka's Harrier goes down. And it looks like TJ just trying to half cap here for Xiao. Sean goes down. It's no solis for Xiao. There's flank scout, just one down for Hong Hat Buff. And they're going to win the mid fight off that double bomb there from Xiao.
It was a good mid. Bit unlucky for the red soldiers to not really secure the kills they were looking for. Like all of the players going down to single digits, including the medic. But you see Hezzy gone behind. They haven't quite spotted him out. They've spotted him now. Sean's going to deal with that. Almost hits the air shot onto Hezzy. But looks like the Uber's come out now, but they're only going to be able to secure one soldier frag with it, and Conrad is nowhere near using his Uber yet.
Exactly. Intense holding here. I wish I had his grip on medic, but it looks like Lego goes down during the post team fight here. Harrier goes down, so does Starling, and still Hong is going to get captured out by the scouts. Even times. How does Hong Hat Buff respond here? Looks like the blue combo is on Cliff here. Again, as she said, like they need an off class of some sorts. They need to change something, and I'm seeing none at this moment.
Yeah, a little bit of beef there from Hong in that last fight. Could have easily picked up the kill onto TJ, and that would have made things a lot easier for them for this sack wave. Oh, but never mind! Hong just pulls out the meme spoon again. No Uber for you. And everyone else is trying to live, but they have to be careful of the TJ collapse. They deal with that quite swiftly. And here comes the soldiers and the scouts, and they just didn't get out the spawn. They got greedy, Freaky, just sitting in the corner, and they pay the ultimate price for it.
Exactly. That's what I am saying. Big shout out to Hong there. A second time that happened. The market Gardner. Alright. Let's see how they respond here. Hong Hat Buff. It looks like Combo is pushing Maid. Medic alone and Pocket. Gonna bring back up to Combo here. Just a normal team fight here on product. A lot of spam, and still minute down from the ad. Zeus just edging the cap. Gonna get instantly pressured. Zeus is instantly down. 5 kill streak. Hong goes down. Hezzy goes down. 5 kill streak from Brew. However, Fan in pocket with Demo and Starling. Sean's trying to catch up on the Demo TJ. Lego, famous for his bombs, picks up Rue. Insane bomb from him. But Sean is perished though, and Zeus is gonna start the cap. Sick.
I think that's one of the only couple of times this match where that Lego bomb has actually amounted in a kill. It seems to have been a little bit less successful than what we're used to seeing. But looks like the fortunes might be turning slightly. The Hong Hat Buff need to watch their positioning. Hezzy going behind once more. Hong trying to clean up on that soldier frag. Starling going to go down very weak. Is actually going to die behind. And now with 2 down, they have to be careful on the collapse. They are just going to... Oh no, the +2 that dropped! Banana with that final rocket is going to claim the credit for that dropped Uber. And they just got... their flank just lost the 2v2. And as soon as the combo got surrounded, they had nowhere else to go than to the respawn queue.
Exactly. Back to the lobby, as some people would say. And 30 seconds left on the clock. Hong had buff, pushing, regressing onto mid through Cliff here. Sean and Hong on the grass area. We should see a double sack here. Possible drop. It looks like Xiao's holding in
sniper
Doggo.
alert. Sniper alert. Starling's on that sniper. But I fear it might be a little too late. As look at the collapse. Goodness me.
I feel like as soon as the sniper was called, it was instant use. And they just knew that Hong had buff. Sean's in. Isn't going to do any damage. But 3-0 to Xiao. But I feel like once that sniper was called, they just knew that Hong had buff would push from Cliff. And they just totally collapsed with that full Uber ad there. So let's go. Final round, 3-0. Could be a final round for Xiao. Could see a sweep from the Hong hat buff. Looks like both demos arriving at the same time. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a double bomb onto Fun. Show Me does perish. Arukas and Hero perish as well. No soldiers for red team. Lego goes down. It is looking like they're going to use this ad. Xiao's out to Cliff. However, Sean has other ideas, but perishes along with Hong. Starling and Zeiss needs to cap this, or else Xiao. Oop, Xiao's regressing from pocket. And looks like Xiao 1v3 versus the world.
Oh
Starling
my goodness.
needs to back off. He's the GTFO, but again, Xiao wins another mid fight.
I mean, when TJ's hitting pipes like that, there's not much you can do as a scout. As soon as TJ turned the corner, just hit that scout with one just straight pipe to the face, and then the scout was like, no, I can't stay here because that's the entire enemy combo. And an early pop actually from Conma as they're going to try and chase the medic all the way back to spawn. They can't quite find it, so they're going to try and kill everybody else. A couple of duels happening around. Starling wins the scout 1v1 against Harrier. So that's one consolation. Lego living on 6 HP as well. A crucial survival for the Hong hat buff Demo Man. But while they still, looks like Xiao still have the point, and they're getting some good time off it. And once again, another pipe. This time Aziz getting a pipe to the face. Applying so much pressure at Hezi and Harrier, both getting kills. That's the flank down once more. Sean going down a little bit later as well. So many weak players on Xiao, but unfortunately for them, unfortunately for Hong at buff, I should say, they're still alive, Freaky. And it looks like they're just going to easily maintain control of this point. And it's almost half of the round time, and Hong at buff still haven't managed to get a single capture until now.
Yeah, until now. Anyway, it is Uber ad for Hong ad buff here. I'm surprised they didn't use it way earlier when they were all just inside their grass, I saw. But along, Lego needs some traps here to deny this point. However, Hong had buff, Show Me uses the Uber here. It's going to be a trade. Better Uber for red team. Looks like, ooh, Lego's just out, begging for that arrow on Cliff. And Hong is behind, doesn't get anything. Sean is going to back out. Show Me, Fun, does perish by the Hezi.
Hezi just comes in and just hits Fun with the rocket. And has another medic death for Hong hat buff. And it's basically a full wipe from there, and I don't think Conma took a single point of damage in that sack wave. Freaky, I'll be honest.
Oh, yeah, that's insane. But we have a Xia sniper here. This is what we've came to see, ladies and gentlemen. Xia sniper coming from bottom of cliff. It is called, and Xiao is forward holding. They want to deny the snipers the space that he can get. However, Xia does get rocketed surfs to spawn, but again, forward holding. Xiao, we called it pre-game. Here we go. Lego's committed.
They're trying to push out, but no one's cleaning up the soldier. Oh, some great jukes from Farn, able to survive that soldier in that narrow corridor. I don't know how he managed to survive that one. It looked like it was curtains for the blue medic, but they at least have a chance to maybe try something, even Ubers, and it looks like they are rotating towards Cliff. They got out clean without using the Uber. Lots of damage, but unfortunately Hong is going to pay the price for it. Sean will trade him out. Lots of damage as the bomb comes in. Hezi and Zeiss goes down in the trade. How does that happen?
Farm posted behind the house here, and it looks like Ru and Hezzy trying their best to deny everything. Starling goes down. I'm looking at Hong and Sean here, the two Sullys. Legos on Cliff. Show Meat. Fawn is in the deep pocket. Sully's begging for some heals here. I want to see some double sacks here. Hong's on their Cliff. Very badly damaged. Hezzy's on the bomb. Show Meat surfing away just momentarily. 3 seconds left. Hezzy's on Cliff. They're just pinching them. Zeiss goes down by the traps late on point. And ladies and gentlemen, 4-0 to Xiao.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's as
that's a
easy
game.
as that.
That's a game. We've only, okay,
I mean,
sorry to cut you off. I don't mean to, but just surprised about, see it's only going 2 times off passing during that whole 4 rounds.
yeah, what was also curious to me was that the off classes came when Xiao were forward holding. That's when you don't off class. To try and get out of forward hold. Once you have some space on the middle point to get those really strong sight lines, then you can go on sniper and apply some pressure that way. But
Exactly.
look, Hatbuff just chose not to do that. They instead to turn this into a strange farm server for the TJ to get 450 DPM going 15 and 4. Yeah. I don't know. It looks like in all of the team fights that that Hong Buff were just getting a little bit lost, where as to where everybody was, where the fights were happening. I could visually see from how their team was structured in those fights that the comms were just going all over the place, and everyone's just calling fights, calling damage all at once, and there isn't really much cohesion and stability really in either the combo or the flank, and that's the difference that Xiao had. I mean, Konma probably had one of the easiest minute games of his, easiest product minute games of his life. Aside, there's 2 deaths were both drops to the spoon. That's it.
Yeah, that's
That's saying something, but that's enough from me. What do our analysts have to think?
Thank you guys for the cast so far. I mean, that's a TJ game for you. 452 DPM on the demo man on product, and
The goat demo.
absolutely. I mean, Harry and Rui, 26 kills, 31 kills. I think, like you said, Comma have 2 deaths on the medic on product. Both deaths were to the spoon, which was fun to see. Very fun. I think someone in chat said ETF12 banned the spoon. I think
Yes,
Yep.
they did.
they banned
They
the
did.
spoon, really? Okay,
Yep.
well.
Can't use
Yeah, I
it over
mean,
there.
2 spoon deaths that would not have occurred in Europe. And then, yeah, Fanny with 10 deaths on medic, of course. I mean, this game is a lot less close than the. I mean, I wouldn't really say less close. I think they fought well. I think maybe Xiao prepared a lot more on product from their last game, because I think, with their showing on the last product game they played, Xiao versus Buff, of course, last week. I think Xiao's performance on that product was not ideal, and perhaps they, kind of looked through the VOD, looked through the demo, and did some reviews on the map. So we saw a bit more polished gameplay coming up from Xiao. Of course, a lot of individual kind of prowess shining on Xiao. Of course, TJ, maximum damage on Demo Man. I think we saw an Uber push from Zeiss where he just got triple air shot by TJ. So it just completely stuck on point. But yeah, I mean, we kind of expected Xiao to win. We were hoping Buff could pull out what they pulled back, last week on product. But unfortunately, I think Xiao a bit more refined on this map now. But again, because it is Buff's pick, of course, they've picked Snakewater, I believe. So
Yep.
next map will be Snakewater. I think this one will be pretty interesting. It's harder to predict the 5 CP maps, of course. Looking at the meds, I mean, both surprisingly had even amount of Ubers, 2 drops, of course, from the spoon on the side of Konma, and yeah, heals looking roughly similar. TJ 37% on that demo man, very hungry for those heals, but doing that damage to make up for it. I think Snakewater would be pretty interesting. I mean, what do you think, Time?
Yeah, thanks, Vital. I feel like I should touch up on what Mikcow said about the spoon kill. Who knows? Maybe that the spoon is actually Xiao's kryptonite. You never know. They were able to drop Konma twice, so who knows? But when I was watching the match, and of course the Source TV, uh, I feel like Hong Hat Puff was just really overwhelmed with Xiao's plays. Like I see a lot of Hong Hat Puff's players being caught out by like not the simplest of things, but it was like very complicated. Like Xiao really has great timing. Like for example, when Fanny died in but when Fanny died because of Hezi's bomb, I didn't know that I forgot where Hezi jumped, but I didn't know that when you jumped you could reach all the way back to the to blue side of the map, and it just caught Hong Hatpuff completely off guard, and especially Fanny. Like he did not know where Hezi came from, and yeah, apart from that, Hezi I think also did a lot of work. We did see that Hezi 3v1 where he had 8 HP and he still bought enough time for his teammates to come in and save him from like 3 players. And yeah, I feel like it's just the individual plays from Xiao, and I can't really blame Hong Hatbuff because Xiao is very very experienced, and it's like they're all perfectly in sync with each other. So I'm curious to see how Snake Water will happen. But yeah, and another thing to touch on, I feel like I was actually surprised when you guys said that you guys off class when you have the middle point, right? Like when you have the space to actually pull off the off class. But I think here in Asia, they off class because they're trying to break the stalemate because they're the ones in spawn, so they're like trying to catch someone off guard with the sniper pick or something. But they're against Xiao, so it's really really hard to catch them off guard with something like an off class. So yeah, I guess I'm just defending Hong Hat Bob's you know pride and stuff like that. But anyway,
I think it's not so much defending their pride, but I think they played well. I think
Yeah.
against a team like Xiao, it's really hard, and I think that forcing. I'm fairly certain that Xiao had to kind of relook at their play on product, forcing Xiao to relook at how they took Hong Hat Buff on product, especially compared to last week, is a big step in the right direction. I mean, of course, not to count them out. Again, this is Hong Hat Buff's pick, Snake Water. Of course, the map pool this season is relatively stable, so Xiao, of course, should be fairly well practiced on Snake Water. But we'll see if there's something interesting hiding for us here on the
Yeah.
Snake Water. Player cams coming on. Not sure if this was when Konma got spoon, but I think. Yeah, I mean, the spoon, of course, like you said, could be the kryptonite. I mean, 2 drops from Konma, both to the spoon. The spoon is terrifying in the hands of soldiers like Hong and Sean. I mean, both of them doing really well with the spoon, but we're starting here, so I'll throw it back to Freaky and Mikcow for the cast.
Let's go, boys. Good luck.
All right, third and final one. Can Xiao take it home, or can we see a sweep from Hong Hat Buffs? We'll see on this mid fight here. Looks like blue team is Hong Hat Buff. Xiao is red team. Who is first to mid? TJ is pretty fast actually. And looks like I'm curious if they're gonna do a double stack here. It is a normal team fight on this Snake Water mid. Arukas is in, trying to deny that size height. Hezi goes down, early pick. Soldier scout down, only 1 down for Xiao, for Hong Hat Buff here. Lego could be caught out, does catch an air shot, but lives. Area goes down, so does Arukas. And they are 4 down on Xiao. Back to last they go. Demo and Med. Lego bombing in, does his famous bomb. Can he get anything in Lego in lobby there? Lego almost taking control of lobby there. And it's a mid-fight.
Oh, the pipe! the long range. That's a half-court shot from TJ. Picks up the demo man. We saw that. We know that he's good with his pipes, but that is ridiculous. And that one kill is gonna let his team just flood in through all of the doorways at once. It looks like Hong Hat Buff might want to trade the Ubers. The scouts are staying. They look like they want to go. Sean, unfortunately, gets picked off, and well, actually, no, he went for a force. My bad. He went for a force, and it was successful in that.
Lego.
And then Hezi with the market gun is like, well, if you can do the spoons, so can we. And yeah, it looks like they're gonna get caught out in the post Uber. Just the coordination from Banana and the rest of his combo. What can you do? I know what Sean's doing.
Yeah. Sean hiding it. He needs to get a kill here or else it's not worth it. Hong goes down, no solis. Yeah. It's
That headshot rocket onto Banana. He's unlucky to not get that kill. But now 2 players down. It's both soldiers as well. No pressure on the doorways. Do we see Xiao just take it straight away, or do they wait for their Uber? It looks like they're opting to wait for their Uber, but that does give opportunity for TJ to die. So, not ideal.
Not ideal, but also Stalin goes down, so it is just going to be a stalemate. I thought they were going to push up the TJ pick, but just apparently not after that Stalin pick. It's a bit grim, but Xiao rotates to shutter door. They use it in shutter. And left spawn door is closed out. Gets Zeus and Hong with the Ruger bomb. Bombs over to the right. Same thing from the left door. Crunching them down. And Xiao takes the first point.
Banana and Hez just played that last push perfectly. They locked out the enemy combo on the left-hand side, managing to secure 2 kills, and then got the timing perfectly to jump over to the other side and then stuff the other doors. It's like they're in 2 places at once, Freaky.
Exactly. It's splitting yourself into 2 people like twins, you know, twinsies. But it looks like another mid fight. Insane bomb by him by Banana though. Another regular team fight here. Sean getting buffed. Both solis getting buffed up here, but Banana is on their catwalk. However, Hong's responding. Hezy's in for the bomb. Sean perishes. So does Banana and Hong. So there is going to be no solis, but they're a scout down.
Oh, look at Ru. Look at Ruz has eyes on the enemy combo. They want to keep going, do Xiao, but not quite fast enough. Have to make sure. Hey, someone needs to cap the point. It looks like it's just going to be the combo of TJ and Ru trying to go in. Oh my goodness! He hits the shots, and that is a medic down. Oh no!
Oh no! It's going to be full ad. Xiao.
Oh, the force though. That's a really good force. They feed 3 for it, but that is a really important force onto Conma. As TJ going down below Ru as well. They will get healed up, and they will try and push this last off the 3-player ad. The sniper shot from Swan is unfortunately unsuccessful. And the air shot attempts unsuccessful onto Sean as well. A lot of damage going out as I trade for the soldiers, Hong and... now there's a spoon! Okay, they took the mark gun the personally last map, Freaky. That's 2 in the first, what, 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
Wowee.
It should be like awards, be like most mud guns in the season. God. Well, Hong, talking about some off-class / off items, Hong is a spy, is found though in lobby, doesn't get the trick stab, is dead. Xiao in the lobby.
The Lego bomb.
Lego bomb, but no demo for stickies on the point.
And then the TJ bomb picks up the medic. It's a quick 2-0. I don't know. I'm speechless right now. I'm absolutely speechless.
The marker gardener, it's just that's it.
They took it personally last time.
Yeah, he's literally him. Yeah, literally another. You take it away this time, Mikcow, on this mid-fight.
Well, TJ significantly faster than Lego once again, and is able to instantly get cap time. Gets one nice sticky onto the medic. It looks pretty even so far. We see some soldier movements now. Both soldiers jumping to each other's sides. It looks like the bombs are being slightly more successful for Xiao, but Hong in the other saw. Oh, he just can't quite find the final rocket. And that is going to be a very clean mid for Xiao. Had a little bit of a scare with Hong in their own saw, but we're able to clean that up fast enough that Conma survives, and a little bit of a Boston Bashers kill on mid from area there as well.
That was almost an air shot. Hong does perish on this last. So does Lego. No stickies on point. Sean's in! Doesn't get anything. Gets the force though. Xiao medic scared, shivering in his timbers. Starling almost getting air shot. Sean goes down, and excellent cap time here by Ru.
was a good
That-
force and a good use from Conman not to drop to that one. Would have been funny to drop to the market gunner 3 times in one set.
As insane.
Especially on the top team, right? On the top
Yeah,
team, he dropped to the market gunner 3 times in the grand finals, but
Yeah.
he escapes that misery as we go to another mid fight. Once again, TJ doing the same thing, much faster than Lego, gets some early cap time, sets stickies, and hits the medic once again. Fan already down to below 100 health, and the mid hasn't really even started yet.
Oh my god, Fun goes down. Excellent bomb by Hezi. I saw him top left. Zeiss goes down. Sean goes down. Harriet goes down. I'm looking at Hong. Misses Marker Gardner on to the Xiao medic. Oh, I'd be sweating bullets if I was Xiao's medic with Hong in the air. Insane mid-fight done. That was a good early aggression from Hong Hat buff, but it just wasn't really like called upon nor like followed up on.
Honestly, I think they're losing these mids before they start. Just TJ is so fast and is able to get so much early damage, not only onto Farm, but also onto Lego. And that just puts them in such a better position that they're able to really capitalize off that with the skill and the cohesion that they have and the coordination. But the Uber comes out from the shutter. Quite a classic Uber on Snake with the last. They haven't quite gotten any kills or any damage yet. Oh, they got a little bit of cap time, so now the post fight is happening on this last point. It looks pretty even so far, slightly in favor of Xiao, but some good rockets there, and it's just the one scout of Zeiss and his medic Fan take on the world. They pick up TJ. Can they pick up Harrier as well? They do have the Uber just in case, but Harrier, very smart, recognizes that, goes for the meat shot and gets the force. A very, very big force that is going to at least, guaranteed keep Hong Hat buff off of the middle point at least.
Exactly. The medic was around 140 HP and did just force Hezi on the Lego. Early aggression does perish though, but Banana trying to pick up someone, does pick up Lego the demo, but Banana and Harrier go down, no solis, but looks like Xiao's committed on lowers. Hong goes dead. Zeus just a little bit faster than his medic. Does pick up the demo. It is a Xiao wipe. Xiao wipe in Hong's kitchen. Insane push from there from Zeus.
It's been a while since we've said that.
Yeah.
A very, very nice team fight from Hong Hat buff there to take that. I don't know what. I am very confused as to
the spam from
what Fan is doing.
However, Hezi killing Ice
He's gonna pay with his life.
Hezi,
not quite sure what that was. Hezi manages to find Lego as well somehow. Oh, and the headshot. Oh, Harrier. Oh no. And it's just evolved into a game of chaos. Now Harry's going to pick up another one with a no-scope body shot, I think that was, onto Sean. Hong's going to die in Saw. And I think this one might be over, Freaky.
This for almost 50 ad for Xiao, I do believe you're going to count your Sterling. Sterling on the sniper, we could see a comeback. Rotating to the left spawn, but yeah, it's looking pretty grim. That's what I'm saying. But Sean and Hong on the right side. Lego goes down. That's no demo on last. Hong doesn't get
Hong goes down as well.
That's 2 down, including the demo. Starling switches off. Where's the Uber? Xiao uses it. Here we go. They're looking for kills. They're going to trap off this right spawn. The sniper killing Zeus. Headshotting. Sterling goes down. Solly solo capping. Sean goes down. And it's just I showed meat fun versus the world. 4-0. That was the Solly's spamming from the Xiao catwalk onto the mid fight, picking up Zeiss. And then also bombing point, which is good, and then picks up the medic, which is a very good bomb. And then when he was dying, he picked up the demo Lego, which is a bit questionable.
It's crazy, absolutely crazy. And once again, TJ so much faster. As it's Hezi, gets so much damage onto Lego before the mids even started. Hezi will pay with his life though. Sean going into the red kitchen to try and create some chaos. Harrier goes in trying to find the crazy shots onto Fan, but unfortunately misses just about all of them, and will die for it.
Looks
This
like
could be a potential round. Could the comeback beyond Hong? Unfortunately, goes a little bit early. And Rui might go in. Lego with the 2 sticky skill for TJ and Conma. Crazy stuff from the Hong Hat buff demo man.
And here we go.
Hong Hat buff round incoming.
Incoming. It looks like Hong Hat buff is gonna bomb. There's a level 1 Sentry on the right side. Aisha made forcing by that banana bomb, but again, cap time. That's it. Double scouted. It is 1-4, ladies and gentlemen. 1-4.
Come back time.
Here we go. There we go. We're staying up to 3 a.m. Here we go. 1-4. Whose is it gonna be? Another TJ first to mid, or is this the reverse seat that we're all wanting for? Fingers and toes crossed for this one. And it looks like Lego. Hong had buff first to mid. Hong was waiting for that TJ aggressive, but Banana in the Hong had buff kitchen. Good early aggression. Sean
goes down.
Looks like no solis for Xiao, but 1 soli down. Zeus goes down. Area goes down.
Oh, Starling.
Starling. Lego goes down. Hong on the case, getting some good damage. Farn and Sterling on the point here. They know Ru is damaged. Hong gets his revenge. And, Hong getting piped, almost marker gunning. One of those demo or medic from Xiao team. Starling. It's an MGE. Starling versus TJ. Starling has to back up. They got respawners from Xiao's. As he trying to take up the high ground. Even Uber's here.
Actually, it's not even Uber's.
What?
Farn only has 80% after all the kerfuffling. I don't know if they recognize this. Looks like Banana does. Going to pick up a kill onto Starling. And they won't even need the Uber. It is now even Uber's freaky, but it's a 1 mid for Xiao. And they're now just kind of pushing through grass. Hong's trying to deny, but already Banana, already so deep in. As is Hezi, they're trying to hit the upward direct rockets. But a good hold from Farn. But unfortunately, Lego going down in the process as well.
Exactly. Could see a wraparound here from Sean. Doesn't get it, but Rue the flank scout and area on the case. Farn needs to get out of this, or else it's just going to be a very poor Uber trade. Farn, is he going to get forced with that? Because it doesn't. Actually, very good. He's on bats. Sterling is behind, though. Starling, sorry. Hong. Could we see a market gunner? He's in. Does bomb onto the logs. Is very bad. But Banana is
Zeiss wants to trade this Uber. Looks like Hong buff will use first, so that's taking a lot of damage, and also in the fight surrounding, looks like Starling going to go down to the guns of Harrier, Sean going down, Rue going to trade out for that one as well, TJ jumping up onto bats now, doing a fair bit of damage, but will get cleaned up by Zeiss, but unfortunately, it might just have to leave,
and he goes
and the
down
boss
by the
Basher kill, he gets one, he can't quite get the other one, Banana, his soldier, denies him the boss and Basher 2k. Hong jumping in now, gets forced in from the scattergun and will crater to his death. And looks like Xiao want to get this one over and done with. Lego trying to get out of spawn. Unfortunately, beeping quite a few pipes, and there we go. There it is. 5-1, and Xiao are your AsiaFortress Summer 2023 champions. Congratulations to TJ for yet another first place badge.
Alright. Oh, God. Hong providing the content that we needed with the market gunner, but Snake Water. Excellent map. So we're going to throw it to our analysts here, Time and Vytal. How are we faring? How are they faring?
Dude, the market gardens, man. Hezi had a vengeance after that product game. He was trying so hard for these market gardens on the side of Xiao for Snake Water, but I'm surprised Hong had buff managed to take around as a quick sweep through from mid all the way to last. It was a good take there, you know. Thought it was going to be the beginning of something special, a reverse sweep perhaps on Xiao, but wasn't able to kind of transcend that and kept the mid off the next mid. But I think in chat it was pretty funny. It was TJ was saying, do you want to take the trade or not, while they were kind of dancing around second there with both Ubers. And yeah, I think, you know, that being said, it was quite of like a, you can tell the communication was not the best there, because Fanny was in, Fanny was out, Fanny was in, Fanny was out, and he was just like taking so much spam on the trade as well. So it kind of looked like they wanted to take a double scout there onto the side of Xiao, but I think he got counter called by maybe Starling, the other scout on the logs. because he was a bit caught out there. So unfortunate series of events for Hong Hat Buff, but of course, congratulations to Xiao. They played very, very well this series, of course, only dropping, 2 points for this entire match set. But, taking a look at the logs time, take us away.
Yeah, for the logs, we do see, well, not new to this, but TJ with the 412 DPM, the GOAT, as usual, doing GOAT things. And yeah, we see both Harrier and Rui doing really well as scouts, both averaging 300 DPM at least. And yeah, I mean, I can't really say anything else. Xiao is Xiao, very dominant. Um, yeah, I'm really at a loss for words. I feel like they didn't even want to give Hong Hatbuff a chance. Although did Hong Hatbuff did win that one round, but it's like the first 4 rounds were like them just, you know what, let's just end this really quickly. I want to go to bed. I want to eat or do something. So that's just what they did. And I can't really blame Hong Hatbuff because, like I said before, the first 2 maps, Xiao has the experience and the DM to pull it all off. And yeah, I feel like just the tiny bit of edge in Xiao's experience really, really gives them the advantage over Hong Hatbuff and the rest of you know Asia TF2, because this was an incredibly dominating performance from them, and they're still keeping it up years after. So yeah, um, that's all I gotta say really. Um, I'm excited to. I'm curious to see how what Freaky and Mikcow think regarding Asia TF2 now that everything is over. Do you think Xiao is like, you know, absolutely dominating, and could they potentially, who knows, um, uh, be contestants in the international scene? What do you guys think?
We need to bring international lands back for that,
Yeah,
for that to
exactly.
happen. Yeah, I'll if the opportunity. I mean, I don't think there's ever been as my memory serves at least, I don't think there's ever been an AsiaFortress team represented at any
Nope.
international lands previous. So that would be quite something. No, I mean there's some very, very big names. They're all phenomenal players, and I definitely think they have what it takes to contend on the world stage. It's a bit hard to compare the gameplay between different regions. I think maybe starting against the top Oz Fortress team over here. I think that would be quite a very exciting matchup. We're able to get equal ping on the servers. That one I actually think would be quite close, to be honest. This previous Oz Fortress season. Yeah, no, fantastic performance from Xiao today. And yeah, I have nothing else to say really. Just congratulations to them.
I'm just gonna echo what Mikhail said. Yeah, exactly. Can't really pinpoint on which team is better or which region team/team is better. But yeah, again, excellent players though, definitely. But yeah, I'm just echoing what Mikhail said really. But congratulations, Xiao, on the win.
All right. Well, yeah, I feel like yeah, maybe I guess it was a tall order for me to ask that, but with what Vital said a while ago, right, that there might possibly be a chance where both the Aussies and the Asians, sorry, would get equal ping, and I'm excited for that. I want to see how both of us would fare in sixes or maybe even in Highlander. So I'm excited for that. But I do think we do have a TJ and Rui interview coming up, post game
Soon.
interview
Yeah.
soon. All right.
But I'll kind of throw it back to our sponsors. So on the topic of equal ping between Australia and Singapore, we do have Guam servers in the works. So of course, thank you to our sponsor OneCode, because they do all the infrastructure for that. We just use the servers. They help us a lot tremendously. So hopefully we can get something going maybe before next season, or maybe sometime during next season, between Australia and Asia, of course, at least, because I think we would both get pretty even and decent ping. So I think it could be pretty interesting to see Xiao, of course, versus the top Australian team. Unfortunately, I have not been watching Ozford, so I could not tell you who that is.
The
So if
XCX
XCX.
moment. That's what they go by. Yes.
All right. Yeah. So it would be Xiao against XCX if that would happen, or we could make it a more cup style tournament, and of course we'll see who reigns supreme in that case. But of course, this is all hypothetical. We could make it happen. We have the servers ready. We just have to figure out the logistics for that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add a little topic here because I know previously in a couple of years ago, I think it was 1 or 2 years ago, we had a similar thing, but it was the states. So we had Queensland versus New South Wales, South Australia, Western Australia. Like we actually had like an origin. That's what we call it over here. But we had like a state v state type of cup
Ooh,
situation.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think we had the
The
Nations
Nations
Cup.
Cup. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty interesting too.
But yeah, that really sounds interesting with the Guam service though.
TJ.
Maybe-
TJ's here
Yeah.
in VC. Let's say hi to TJ. Hi TJ.
Hi TJ.
Hello,
Smile.
everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Are you ever gonna stop terrorizing AsiaFortress, or is this just your job until the end of time?
Good question.
Good question. I think my retirement age is coming up soon. Age is starting to get to me.
Oh.
Oh no.
I mean, I'll probably still play for a little while more.
But okay, so I kind of started the interview. How does it feel to win again? I think we have Rui in general. But
Yeah,
How
can we
many
get
times
Rui in a
is it now?
yeah.
Honestly, I've lost count. It's been quite a
Oh,
few.
weird flex. Oh, the
Suffering
flex.
from
Weird flex, actually weird
success.
flex.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a few.
How did you feel how did you feel playing against Hong Hat Buff on Process there? Of course, Process was a lot closer of a map than we saw the last time. So did you feel like Hong Hat Buff kind of improved their play in the 1 week they had leading up to the game?
Yeah, for sure. I think I recognize that on mids especially, they were playing a lot better. So previously, in the previous game that we had, they kept pushing across point and it never really worked out for them, but this mid, they didn't really do that. Instead, they kind of reverted back to their previous playstyle where they just had all their players playing on height, and the moment we hit the double bomb, they would literally just run away into their choke. And because of that, it kind of really slowed down the pace of the mid. I think that's like the main thing about Xiao, right? Is that if you let it control the pace of the game, we're probably going to win. But if you kind of slow it down and you kind of just try to pick us off one by one, or if you try to catch up the overcommitted players, because we do have that sort of arrogance because you always want to go deep, then that's one of your win conditions. So I guess that's what they were trying to do. It did work a few of the mids, it didn't work some of the mids. But yeah, that was why it was close, I think. Main reason why.
So I think you talked about age catching up and all that and not playing. But do you have plans to, maybe even if you're not playing anymore, do you have any plans to coach Asian teams coming out through AsiaFortress? Because of course now we've kind of changed the league a lot, so there is some incentive for new players to really compete and fight it out. Would you think you would coach players in the future, or is it more you're just stepping away from TF2 altogether?
In terms of coaching, then yes, I think I would. But it really does depend on the player because I'm the kind of person where I don't really want to waste my time. So if I see a player actually has potential, if I see they have the ability to actually make it up to the top flight of Asian TF2, then I think I would. I think there are a few names I've noticed throughout the season that I find quite impressive personally. Also Zeiss, I'd be willing to mentor Zeiss, I guess, because he's the Indonesian Aisho, as he calls himself.
Sheesh.
So yeah, it's something I would be open to, but again, it's a commitment issue for me, I guess, because I don't really want to spend too much time mentoring people. Also,
Yeah,
I have my buddy Rui here now.
I was about to ask, on the topic of Zeiss, were you going to mentor him? But of course, you answered that. And I think Zeiss, of course, made a good showing coming up through this season. But do you think at any point in the future, let's say between now and the time you step down, or even past the time that, let's say, you step away from TF2, do you think there'll be any point in the future where the grand finals would be a very close game? It won't just be like a Xiao role, because I think throughout the entirety of the Asia's existence, it's kind of been one really dominant team, at least for the past 6, 7, 8 years maybe. So what do you think? Do you think it'll be close, even-ish at some point in time?
Well, I think we have living proof of that because I believe it was AFC 19 where we were playing against Rui's team. Yeah, I think that season was pretty close. I think they managed to take a map off us, and every single map was close. So yeah, many thanks to Rui, obviously. But now we've kind of absorbed those players. So we'll have to wait until the Zeiss click gets good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think it's possible because it has happened in the past with Rui.
Yeah, I think that being said, of course, in the span of 1 week, they kind of made that adjustments that they needed, of course, on the side of Honghat Buff. So, big shout out to them. I mean, of course, really trying their best to put up a fight against Xiao. So that's like tall order, but good job, guys, for sure. Of course, Rui is here now. Hello, Rui.
Hello.
And
Hello.
so I was wondering, we saw throughout the games. What are your thoughts on potentially, or what are your thoughts on winning the season? I mean,
I don't know, easy money, I guess. Like, what else
Easy
can I say, bro? There was really not much competition this season, so we kind of
Yeah.
just like played whatever we could.
uh,
We didn't even have a. I mean, I honestly at the start there was like roster difficulties because like we didn't even know if we wanted to play or not,
yeah.
and we also didn't know who to get if we wanted to play.
Mm.
But at least we managed to sort things out before shit got bad. Because before the open qualifiers, we were planning to like drop out kind of.
Really?
We didn't have enough, I think,
Uh-huh.
so we had to make some changes last minute. But,
I see.
all is good.
So, of course, Rui and TJ as well. So both of you guys. What are your thoughts? Let's say if we were to have a inter-regional cup. So these are just my ramblings, but let's say we have something between Australia and Asia. Would that be interesting for you guys?
Rui, you want to take this question first?
Regional, I mean, I would love to do that, obviously, because it's been a while since there's been like actual, like close competition. Like we haven't really been pushed to our limits in a long time. So it would be really good if we could like get an option to play like against like the Australian teams mainly. Because I mean, ping wise, it makes the most sense. If we can get
Yeah.
servers back up, like perfect.
Yeah.
Like a cup would be like cool. Like even just like a show match would be fine as well.
Okay. So how about you, TJ? Do you have any strong feelings on this question?
I think it would be really fun. Like Rui said, it has been a while since we've had the chance to actually show our true potential. So yeah, I think it would be fun, and I would play. But ideally, it would be on Perth because I think everyone in Asia and Australia, at least, they get better ping there. Of course, if you expand it so it's like instead of Australasian, it's like kind of
NA.
everyone in
Yeah.
like the area, then yeah, maybe Guam would be better. But
Yeah.
if it's just purely between Australia and Asia, then Perth would be perfect.
Yeah. All right. So how about the rest of you guys? Time, Freaky, Mikcow, do you have any questions for our winners of AsiaFortress?
Oh wait, actually, can I add on something?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
So actually, when we did have the Perth service up about 1 year ago, we were actually scoring against Witness Gaming, which was the team with Envith, Cookie, that core. And honestly, the games were really close, and it was really fun to watch, and it was really fun to play as well. So obviously, if that could happen again, that would be great. But yeah, we have done it in the past where we just got our own Perth server and we just played for fun.
That's great. That's
It's supposed to
great.
be broadcasted now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So you guys, any questions?
What were your thoughts, product? Because obviously, Xiao won the process. What were your thoughts? Because obviously, losers win. Correct myself. Losers pick the map. Were you surprised about the product pick at all as a map total?
I'm not really like because last time we played against them, they got a round off us, so like, we kind of expected a product pick. Like it was kind of obvious that they would do it because so far it was the best they have performed, I think. So we weren't really that surprised, but we did prep for it, kind of. We just talked about it, like what to expect.
Yeah.
That's it.
Were you I got a sub question. This is my last one. Were you expecting a off class of some sorts during the match, or just regular 2 scouts, 2 solis?
Nah, regular 2 scouts. I don't think they have any like heavy off class players. They're kind of traditional in that sense. They mainly stick to the 2 scouts, 2 solis. No funny stuff.
All right, back to used to whoever wants to ask a question.
How about you, Mikcow? Do you have any questions?
I guess the only question building on the show match with the with AsiaFortress is always talks about seeing if there's any kind of potential hope of an international land once again. and if you guys, if that's something that you'd want to do and represent your region, because I don't think it's happened ever before. Like, what's like the plan from here? I suppose is the main thing. Like, you're just gonna keep grinding out and keep winning, or is it going to be changing classes, maybe trying a few other things, just having a more chill back, relaxed season, or like where do you go from here? And that's to both of you.
Did you wanna take that?
So as for our plans for international lands, I think the main issue is just the fact that everyone kind of has their own commitments. We can't really take out like 2 weeks of our life to go to a different country to play TF2 because a lot of us at university, some of us are going to go into national service soon in Singapore. Other people have university, so it's really hard to juggle all those commitments and also commit to an international land because not only will we have to go there for the land itself, we would have to go there a few weeks before and boot camp and stuff like that. So yeah, there's the time aspect. After there's also the financial aspect as well because it's going to cost a lot of money to do that. And not all of us work full-time jobs. Some of us are still in university. Some of us are in NS. So again, it's a bit hard. But, if anyone wants to give us I don't know, like $50,000 to send us to land, then, that would be fine. Like,
That
we'll see
would
you
be,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, then for sure, we'll see you there. But until then it's quite unlikely.
Slowly accumulate the prize winnings.
Yeah, maybe. But I think that will take quite a few seasons. But,
Yeah.
hopefully.
I mean, sponsors could get involved. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
so far production and TF2 like the Asian TF2 this season has been like pretty good. So fingers crossed. Things likely.
Where to for the immediate future then is the follow up then.
Immediate future. Well, hopefully we
Yeah,
get
like-
Perth servers back up thanks to our beloved sponsors. And hopefully you just get some Australian scrims in because I think both regions find that pretty fun. It's not just one-sided thing. Everyone has fun playing on Perth, despite the fact that they're not on piping anymore. But it's still pretty fun.
Cool.
Guam is a bit tricky because I've tested the Guam service before, and I'll have to fix my routing. And some people have like not great routing, but I think if everything gets fixed, you'll see us playing on Guam like 24/7.
Yeah, I actually did fix my routing on Guam. I was getting like 50 ping on the Guam server. So, yeah, for Singaporeans at least, I think it'll be pretty solid. Not too sure for the Australians, but I think once we get the routing and stuff settled, it'll be pretty good. So
Yeah, agree.
But I have a question, for Rui and TJ. I mean, both of you guys have to answer my question, unfortunately. We'll start with
No one is safe.
Rui because he's been silent for a bit. But so you guys are the best team in Asia. You guys are best players in Asia. There's no contest. You guys just won, right? What advice do you have to newer players? Maybe newer players to competitive or people wanting to start competitive Team Fortress 2.
Ooh. If you see TJ and the Tug server leave, bro, you're gonna tilt. You're gonna go TF2.
That's a good point.
It's not worth the pain.
Yeah.
But honestly, just like I don't know, just play MG, bro. Just play.
Honestly,
This is
I
coming
like
from
that.
you, Rui. This is coming from you. You were complaining about MGE like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, cause Hezzy's an asshole, bro.
Yeah.
But just find people that like you don't mind that you have fun playing with, bro. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, makes sense. So
'Cause this
how about you,
isn't
TJ?
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go
Because
on.
this isn't like a fucking full-time job.
Yeah.
Just make sure like as long as you play this game, the people you're playing with like make it enjoyable too. Otherwise
Yeah.
you're just gonna burn out really fast.
All right. Continue on that. How about TJ? What advice do you have? You are arguably the literal best player in Asia. You play every role. You have won so many seasons. What is your advice?
Honestly, I think it would be pugs. Despite what Rui said, as long as like what Neighbor said in chat, if anyone has noticed, if I'm on soldier, it's okay to play those pugs. I'm not going to tilt. But honestly, I think just getting your game time in, like just actually grinding the game, that honestly helps you a lot because I have so many hours in TF2. I don't even want to disclose that number, but I think that's like a big part of how to actually improve as a player. You just have to play the game. There's no other way around it. There's no quick fix. You need your mix of MG, you need your mix of pugs, you need your mix of scrims, and you need some demo reviews scattered here and there. So yeah, but I think for new players who are just starting off, the best thing that I would suggest is to try to replicate what other players do. So it would be good for you to just watch demos of actually really good players and kind of just try to replicate what they do, just understand the thought process behind it. Instead of like trying to review your own demos, because sometimes when you don't have a good foundation, in the game, then if you watch your own demos, it's not really as fruitful compared to watching demos of actually good players and being able to replicate that. So I think that's a big thing. That's about it.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, of course. I mean, thank you guys so much for playing this season of AsiaFortress and, of course, coming for this interview. I mean, we really appreciate it. And, of course, I think a lot of players here kind of want to hear what you guys have to say, because you guys are at the tippy top of Asia TF2. So I think many people would, of course, appreciate the advice that you just gave. So,
Yeah,
of course, we
can I-
have... Sorry, yeah, go on.
Oh, yeah, wait, sorry. So, can I just say, TJ, that um, I don't know, it's probably coming from like my childhood, but I I'm sure you don't remember me, right? But like I remembered you from like 2012 or 2013, and I was like still a kid, obviously. But I come back to TF2. I'm 23 now. Jesus Christ. And you're still playing. And like even my Filipino friends who like quit TF2, they said that what, the guy still plays, and like, yeah, he's still the goat of TF2, and like he's won so many. So I just want to commend you for like your commitment to the game. And yeah, it was really nice to see you guys again, especially the newer high division players like Rui and such. So yeah, uh that's all I gotta say, really. Thanks for the commitment of the game.
No problem,
So
man.
yeah.
Yeah. Of course, now we have Zeist and Hong here. So, kind of moving on to Hong Hat Buff. I mean,
Sup?
what was the mentality going into your game against Xiao? What was your goal?
We were all pretty chill. Our mentality was hoping to get above 10 minutes on Xiao. Maybe just
I mean,
survive. It's
you
just
guys
survive.
you guys did more than survive on process. I think you guys put up a good fight on process. I mean,
Yeah.
fair props to that.
Shout out to iPhone, guys. Shout out to iPhone for, the backup strat. It's all him, guys. It's totally all him.
And I kind of want to ask as well, like, going into process, what did you guys like actively make changes to your strategy, kind of tackling process?
We decided to like just play a bit more slow. Of course, what TJ said. We decided to just like, we see like Banana and Hezi always initiate in like every time we play. So we were like, let's just wait, let's just spam, let's just play the slow game and let's just see how it works. And turns out we won like I think 3 mids, and most of the 3 mids were like a wipe, most of them, because we just let them walk forward and we just abuse it. But we still couldn't close it out, even winning 3 mids.
Sorry, my camera is bugging out a bit. So we saw those like market gardens coming out on Kalma, coming out from Mr. Henry Hong here. So did you guys clip that? Did anyone clip that? I want to see Henry Hong's POV.
Please don't.
I don't
clip
think.
it.
Yeah.
Please don't clip.
But yeah. Anyways, I mean, moving on to products, right? Did you guys expect to take the map? What did you guys believe in taking the map? Because I mean, we saw you guys took 1 point off Xiao previously on product. Did you guys believe that you were going to take the map off Xiao, or was it more of like, we're gonna try our best because we took a point off them kind of thing?
Honestly, it's more of because we didn't know what other maps to pick. Every time we scrimmed them, it was usually just a 5-0. So we were like, oh, we got 1 point off Xiao like last game. Why not we try it again? And there was a lot of miscommunications in game, and we did a lot of like small mistakes that Xiao just absolutely destroyed us on that map. We didn't even get a chance to get for like 1 point.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
But
Maybe next season, because
Next
we
season.
just formed this season.
yeah, I mean,
So I've been around for I think as long as I've been playing TF2.
yeah, I think you guys did extremely well for, of course, your first season. A team full of star players, plus Zeist. I mean, Zeist is, of course, up and comer, approved by
The
TJ.
next TJ.
Approved by TJ. So, of course, I think you guys have good leadership in that form. And yeah, I mean, we're glad to have you. And most importantly, because both of you guys are in top 2, you don't have to qualify again. So you guys can just stick as a team, continue scrimming, focus on the invite map for next season. And I mean, I'm genuinely hoping that you guys get good enough and we get a close grand finals. Not the next time, but like no matter how long you need. I feel like it's a good timeline. And seeing that week by week improvement coming up from you guys, especially on that process map, I think it's a feasible assumption to make that given that scrim time that lead up to our next season, probably in October, we could see some pretty close games coming out. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think you'll be able to kind of make Xiao sweat a bit more next season?
I mean, it really depends if we're staying as a team for next season. Since I think we are looking at like a couple of roster
Legos
shifts.
roaming next season.
Yeah, you're gonna see Alteria on demo. I'm joking. I don't think Alteria will be playing
Nah, I'm
next season, so
betting.
that's like
All right.
Yeah.
Uni or what are your
Yeah,
plans?
uni.
I see. But
Yep.
yeah, I mean, of course, thank you guys so much for playing. Of course, thank you, Mr. Hong, for playing. And unfortunately, you have to dip next season, but we really appreciate you playing this season of AsiaFortress. And of course, Zeiss. I mean, of course, you guys didn't win today, but congratulations on second place. I think it's a big feat for all of you and for everyone. And you guys get money, of course. But but I think it's a big feat, especially like given what you've said in the past, like. You get shit talked, but you don't give up and you just keep playing, and you are where you are now, and you got approved by TJ. So keep doing it, keep grinding. You'll definitely get there. And for our other casters, do you guys have anything for Hong Hat Buff?
Go for it.
You go. You first.
All right. Well, I just want to say that even though Xiao was showed like a really dominant performance, you guys never gave up. You guys still went for the round, of course, and I feel like that's very commendable from you guys. Because if I were in your position, I'd be like, man, I'm just gonna AFK and like, But props to you guys that you guys still really fought until the end, and yeah, really commendable from you guys still. How about the others?
Keep grinding. Keep pugging. Just keep grinding. I reckon my prediction: 2 or 3 seasons, 4 seasons, maybe you'll see some competition. 5 seasons.
You're just gonna keep counting up. Or
Maybe 6, 7. No, yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, keep grinding. You guys got this.
I mean, runners-up spot is also, best of the rest, right? I mean, especially after how close of a series it was against United Beats on Friday.
Yep.
Like, you should still be very proud of what you've accomplished. So, congratulations to our runners-up as well, and yeah, thanks for giving it your all in this grand final.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, guys.
So I think it's time for shoutouts. Of course, I'll just start myself because I'm already speaking. But for this season of AsiaFortress, I mean, my camera died, but a lot of things changed. Of course, we restructured the whole league, changed the way map pools work, we changed the way map picking works. We made every game, casted. We have player cams, player pictures. We changed everything basically. There's no semblance of the league that is still the same. And I kind of want to give a big shout out to everyone who kind of worked on AsiaFortress in the past and currently. So people like Frishy, who helped kind of cement the foundation for AsiaFortress. And moving on, throughout before the season started, of course, big shout out to Rui, big shout out to Naver, Gale, Bloodfeud. These are the guys I sat down and kind of talked about everything to AFC because I'm not the best TF2 player. I don't know a lot of things. I haven't played in a long time. So coming back, of course, I need their knowledge. I mean, we just saw Rui won, right? Rui, I mean, Naver is, of course, in the army, but, Rui just won. So he knows what he's talking about. And he was the one that helped pick the maps. And, of course, structure the bracket, structure the tournament. So massive shout out to them. This would have not been possible without them. Again, another shout out to our production team, Mitch, everyone else who works on the team. I wanted to make every game casted. It's a very tall order. It's not something easy, but we made it happen. That is like amazing. I don't think many kind of production teams can do that. So a big shout out to them. It's so hard to do this every week. I know for sure. But yeah, big shout out to them. And of course, like our sponsors, One Code, for kind of taking us on and experimenting with my vision for TF2, my vision for Asian TF2. I have a lot of respect for that, and yeah, it helps a lot because I don't think we've ever had a prize pool for AsiaFortress before or like a season directly. So having, taking the jump, taking a dip with us is something I really respect, and I thank you very much for it. And I hope to see you guys next season or our sponsors next season as well. So, and of course, last one to our players. It would not be AsiaFortress without the players. I know this season has been kind of shit, and or like in terms of communication, I think that is my fault. I think I've been pretty late on communicating a lot of things. Like today, our webcams were pretty late. I think player pictures were not communicated very clearly. I think some things need a bit of straightening. So I'll make sure I do that for the upcoming season. But thank you so much for putting up with my shit, basically. And yeah, I mean, I'll hand it off to the next person who wants to give some shoutouts.
Yeah, I think I'll take it. I'll take the shout out. So shout out to Hong Hat Buff and Xiao. You know they deserve it. Like what Vital said, Asia Fortress would not be Asia Fortress without the players. And shout out to my fellow casters and analysts, Vital, Mikcow, and Freaky. Of course, this wouldn't have been possible without you guys. And Mitch, the goat, as usual. And I just want to say that whoever is watching, you know, whatever div you may be, div 3, 2, 1, you're a pubber. You should really try out competitive TF2. You know, whether it be Highlander or sixes. I personally prefer sixes. But yeah, you know, this may be a tall order at first. You know, you might get clapped on your first few pugs or whatever. But you know you just gotta play and you'll improve. So yeah, I hope we just don't do the AFC for the older players. Of course we want to draw in the pubbers, the newer guys, you know. We want you guys to try the competitive scene because it really is like no other. You won't see this kind of gameplay in Overwatch and Counter Strike, Valorant, and all that stuff. So yeah, I hope not this does not only draw in older players, but of course newer players who want to try to play competitively. So yeah, that's for my shout outs. How about you, Freaky?
My shoutouts. Ooh, firstly, have to give it up for Mitch. Capping TV, have to give it up for him. You know, I'll kiss him while I was right next to him, but we'll save that for LAN. Yeah, no, shout out to the players, the teams, Xiao, Hong Hat. Shout out to the casters, analysts, Mitch again. I give a shout out to Mitch again. Yeah, no, I've seen Asia League from its previous self and now transformed into this wonderful community where everything is just touched up. It's not looking like a 90s film anymore. It's a proper present. It's like the Barbie film almost. But yeah, definitely improvement from the last Asia. So I clap my hands. You know, I'll kiss you, whoever did that. It was you, Vital. But yeah, insane. Thank you for letting me on. Shout out to Mitch again. No, yeah. What about you, Mikhail?
I mean, you know, usual shout out to both the teams. Both teams played, you know, the very best, and congratulations to Xiao once again on winning the match in 3 maps. Of course, big shout out to my fellow caster Freaky and the analysts, Time and Vital. You know, thank you for all the work you put in, and also Mitch on production as well. Yeah, and you know, shout out to all of the AFC staff as well to really get this up and running again. It's been an incredible transformation over the past season, and everyone should be very proud of what they've accomplished. I guess we'll pass it over to the players. So we'll just go down the list in alphabetical order, I suppose. So Hong, any shout outs before we wrap things up?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Shout out. Okay. Shout out TJ for creating me when I was like a 17-year-old kid.
Wait a minute.
Like, yeah, I think. And shout out Aloy for spending time MGing me on weeknights, school nights, when I was also a 17-year-old kid. I don't know. It's the first time I've been interviewed, so like, shout out Lego for killing my Rico Corner run, my tier 6 Rico Corner run, I guess. That guy really did a number on my life. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I guess that's it.
All right, Rui, any shout outs you want to give?
Shout outs to my team, like Harrier, Hezi, Konma. Shout outs to Clashy. He used to play for Xiao, but is unfortunately somewhere else now. Shout outs to Zeiss for like starting the league again, kind of. He was technically the one that initiated it again. Oh, and shoutouts to Starly for being the face of Singapore TF2.
Sheesh.
TJ.
All right. First things first. Shout out to Vytal for actually reviving Asian TF2. Shout out to Zeiss for also helping getting the medals thing sorted and all that stuff. So shout out to the two of them, of course. Shout out to production, especially Mitch. I'm not sure if I'm close enough to Mitch to give him a kiss, but I'll definitely give him a hug if I see him. So let's just stick with that. And also shout out to all the previous casters that have casted throughout the season. Honestly, there's a lot of good casting talent here in Asia, and shout out to all of them, especially for Joel for the Tagalog cast. Respect, honestly, very entertaining. Also shout out to my team, everyone who is on Xiao currently, everyone who has been on Xiao in the past. Shout out to Zeiss and his team for putting up a good fight throughout the season, and also would be willing to scrimming us. Not a lot of teams actually are willing to do that, so big respect for doing that. And last but not least, shout out to JR for like returning to TF2 after like so many years.
Bro, that guy's the GOAT.
That guy is actually the GOAT.
Dude.
He is.
And I kind of want to add on to that. Sorry to like interject, but
Yeah, no
he
worries.
is like the most positive guy in Asia. He is such
It's
a
true.
nice guy to talk to. He's such like an amazing guy to play with in pugs. Just amazing guy all around. So big, like I have to concur with that one. Big shout out to JR for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, that's it for me.
And last but certainly not least, Zeiss. Any
Yeah.
shoutouts?
Shoutouts to my team. Shoutouts to Farn, Hong, of course, Lego, the GOAT,
I show me.
Sean, Starling. Did like
Shout out to
honestly,
Aishomi.
yeah, fact. Shout out to ISOMeet. I mean, they all stayed. We were on the verge of like disbanding twice, and they all just stayed. We just
Twice?
persevered through it. Yeah, twice.
Jesus.
Preseason.
Oh,
Of course,
okay,
shout
well.
out to iFan for introducing TF2, like TF2 comp to me. Very nice
Sheesh.
guy.
Big shout out.
So
So
your
iPhone
iPhone
tweeted you?
son? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I
How's
wouldn't
it
be here if it wasn't for him. To be fair, like
Yeah. Dude, Dragcom introduced me to TF2. That was
that's all-
crazy.
Oh no.
Yeah. But I don't know where he is now, but
Oh yeah, wait, can I just add to that? Back then, if you joined the pug, you get screamed at a lot. I'm sure TJ remembers the 2013, 2012
Yeah, no.
pugs.
Everyone went through that.
Yeah, it was very not noob friendly, but I guarantee you now that if you join the Div 3 ones, people will they won't scream at you anymore. So I really do welcome the newer players. So yeah, and Vital, I want to shout out iFun and Joel. I hope we can get the
Filipino
Tagalog
bros.
cast. Yeah, I hope we can get the Tagalog cast soon. So yeah, that's I just want to add it to that.
yeah, I think
That's
we're talking about like a Mr. Beast Filipino dub of the Asia
Mhm.
Fortress cast at times, but I
Mhm.
think that would be pretty interesting. But again, thank you all of you for watching. It's been a crazy season. I really appreciate all of you being here. Of course, all the teams. Sorry.
Your camera.
Oh, my camera is dead. Sorry, my phone is overheating and I'm like 2% battery, so my camera keeps cutting out. But thank you to everyone. And it's hard to say when we'll be back. Hopefully it's soon. Definitely not a year. Probably in a couple months. Not months, sorry. In a couple weeks to a month. Probably October. But yeah, I mean, not much to say. We'll see you guys then for our next season of Asia Fortress.
Bye bye, guys. Thanks for
Bye-bye.
watching.
Thanks for watching.
What? Okay. I thought.
They were toying with Winter. The longer it
Yeah.
takes for the medic to die, the longer the respawn will be. Meanwhile, Striker just takes out 4 people!
Oh my
You toy with my medic, you lose your whole team. That's what Striker had to say about that.
god. And Adam is looking for more. They should really stop giving Adam the sideline here. But wait,
Adam's
Adam
pushing really far out.
Adam
He's
is
pushing.
looking. Oh, big shot from Adam! Oh my god, it pays off.
Coming in, and Sean on top of the medic, getting some good damage. Rotating around, the cap is so close. Nice pipe from Lego, and Hong is closing in as well.
JR!
JR! He does it all!
Oh my god!
He said this from the start. The prophet himself.
Dude, JR.
Where's
Oh,
Striker?
Blue does end up popping Uber. Striker, looking for a pickoff here.
He misses.
That's
He
Mr.
swings.
Cap, that's the first
He's
one.
on the big earner still.
Great
Alright.
rotation from him. He's looking
Gonna-
for another one here. Oh, gets a stab on the wrist. Extra low. A triple kill from Striker. Oh my gosh. Spy is the meta in Snakewater. What the heck am I witnessing? It's a
Okay.
conversion. They're pushing all the way. They do get it because of Striker.
He doesn't
What
even
a
need the
triple
trick stab
kill.
though. He just slashes them.
And no one dies. But yeah, Adam going in.
Adam Ragusa, surely you
Adam's
can
being
get
a
it.
rat
you
right
gotta
now.
stop that.
Wait a second.
What
are
are
you
you
doing,
doing,
bro?
Wait,
Adam Ragusa! Adam Ragusa!
What are you
Adam,
doing? What
is
are
he gonna get it?
Oh
He gets
my
it again.
God,
Fresh is there
Adam.
too.
Wait, how did United
That
beat
team
wipe?
there.
Wait, they wiped while Adam was backcapping. How's that happen?
I have no idea. I was just looking at Adam.
What the fuck is going on?
They put a scout on him. They don't want him getting anything.
Yeah.
What?
Wait,
There's no way he gets a
wait,
pick.
there's no way he
One
gets
more?
another one, right? There is no way.
No!
Alfie! Oh my gosh!
I mean, it worked so well for them last time. Why not try
They
it
don't know
again?
Hellstar is there. They oh wait, they found him out. Never mind.
And both soldiers going in.
30 HP.
Don't move.
Wait, minus
What? I can't
Yeah, I
believe he
didn't
didn't drop.
catch that because I was watching Hellstar, but
to distract, and then one soldier goes through Saw, just like the main Saw entrance, and tries to hone in on the medic. So we'll see what kind of initiation can happen here, what kind of distraction play can pull the attention so that the real threat, the soldier, can jump through. Here comes the initiation. Striker goes in. Has the opening. The window is completely open!
It's a double sync for Striker, takes down far, and it's the full Uber ad for United Beasts. Oh my god!
Did I?
Going for the spawn camp here, cheeky spawn camp.
Will he be able? Oh, smart! Smart
He
from
checks the
Alfie.
angle.
K-pop Bobo is actually at 95%. That is one full. No. Lego is the go. Lego is the go.
Pressure on the point. Starling goes
Everyone
down.
needs to be careful. 10
Blue is
HP on the demo
dropping
man.
dangerously low. CJ with a triple kill. What a play from CJ. He's looking for more farm. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's my timer, boys.
Yeah, honestly, a massive damage from JR coming out there. You know, we saw him carpeting the stickies onto Lego, onto the combo. And of course, CJ just walks in, cleans up all the kills, 10 HP on each of them, gets a 3k, and just ends that last push right there and then.
Moment.
Sorry, do something!
Oh, it's so free. It's so free. Everyone's looking forward.
What is he doing?
Information spy, CCTV. But the point is getting captured. It is going to get cleaned up here. It is 2 down from the blue team here, all up from the red.
He's as good as AFK.
Going for a backup?
Hellstar.
There's
oh my
no way,
God.
right?
Is
Okay,
this
I
the,
thought-
was
I
this
thought
the
he
play
beefed.
all along?
There's no way.
I don't know. I think he beefed, and it's
Wait,
just
no,
lining up the
I
stars.
think he gets this. I think he gets this.
Wait. No.
I'm on Hellstar. Oh my God! No way! No way! No way!
Yeah,
no way,
I think
no
he
way,
gets
no
this.
way,
Oh,
no way,
that's right! No way! He wins it! What face, boys!
You wanna do
Oh
something?
my god! No
This is
way!
so bye Lamau and disconnects.
Ain't no
Sorry.
way!
Take
That's
a bow.
sorry! What a
Take a
play!
Look in chat, look in chat,
There's
look in
no way
chat.
they just
So
lost that!
Look
Oh,
at
so
chat.
mad.
There is no way!
Take a bow. Take a.
He's putting out so much damage on Demo Man here. I'm interested to see how the logs will look later, but
Yeah, this is
Sean gets picked by TJ.
it's just traps, man.
TJ
It's
hears
so-
us. He hears us.
It's so annoying. He ends up killing someone, and it looks like they never learn.
Lego's in. He's trying
Like
for
goes in,
something.
he's trying to go for something, but gets
Very
killed by
ambitious,
TJ.
Kalma, look at Kalma's positioning. He was so far back. It's just so hard to.
Into the air, gets a body shot, but also the medic perishes on the Hong Hat buff. 2 up here, Zeus and Sean. Sean gets air shot. Insane air shot by excuse me, by Rue. Some sort of soldier there, didn't quite get a look, but Zeus goes down, and it is going to be a round 1 by Xiao.
Yeah, Hezi there with that nice rocket you were talking about, and Rue just cleaning up that one. They need to change something. Hong Hat buff have just about all of them. and will die for it.
Looks
This
like
could
they're
be a potential round. Could the comeback beyond Hong unfortunately goes a little bit early. And Rui might go in. Lego with the 2 sticky skill for TJ and Conma. Crazy stuff from the Hong Hat buff demo man.
And here we go.
Hong Hat buff round incoming.
Incoming. It looks like Hong Hat buff is gonna bomb it.